So, again, just to kind of lead all this off one more time, the Patriots are 2-0 in the preseason. Their defense gave up 0 touchdowns. Oh, but it's against 2s and 3s, Joe. Yep. It was against the 2s and 3s, but you know what? They've had 2 really good performances defensively after everything we've heard in the joint practices. Now, although the Patriots, did give up 0 points, Kyle Duggar played into the fourth quarter and had a game-ending interception. But on that game-ending interception, he did not go down, and the ball got stripped. It just kind of really was just a example of the player and the play of Kyle Duggar, right? He made the nice play, but he's playing late into the game, and trying to make a play where you can just go down was stupid. It was dumb. I don't think I've heard a lot about that today, but they ended the game by just walking off the field. If that was a regular season game and it went under review, I guarantee that would have been a Minnesota touchdown. And they would have gone for a 2-point conversion to potentially tie the game. I'm just telling you what I saw. But that was all Kyle Duggar. The Patriots offense, though, they had some struggles in joint practices as well. As I mentioned, Will Campbell was very good on Saturday. He was very good on Saturday in preseason game number 2. He was a big part of the Travion Henderson touchdown. And overall, he's been pretty good. He's ranked highly of PFF rankings. There is one person that is ranked higher than him who was drafted higher than him that I thought the Patriots should have got a tackle, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. Here's the big takeaway when it comes to the Patriots offense and their offensive line. They still have questions at center and guard. Like, they're going into the final preseason game with still not knowing who their center and guard is. There's problems there. Maybe they can upgrade it by trade. Maybe they can find somebody on the waiver wire, but this is where they're at again after drafting Cole Strange years ago in the first round, hoping he could come back playing multiple positions. He was out there with the scrubs later on as well. I mean, Vidarian Lowe was out there late. There's still question marks regarding the offensive line. Although it looks better, and it should be better, and coached better, there's still problems there. Drake May had a delay a game in the first drive. Last week, I told you how I do not like the fact that he handles all the calls. I think it's just a lot for him. I understand you want him to learn and develop to get there. But asking him to do all the alignments, cadences, making sure guys are in and out, making sure he's not in the huddle so other guys can get... There's a lot going on there. Normally, some sort of center or offensive lineman can take advantage of that. So that's probably one of the reasons behind the left guard and center issues that they have. But the delay of games on Drake May, he's got to be faster with the cadences. He's got to be better than that. So, also, his throws were sailing. They're sailing a little bit. Again, I look at it more as he's trying to learn a new offense and he's doing a lot at once. Did some of the balls sail last year? Probably. It's something to monitor here. My thing is, I think the Josh McDaniels offense isn't letting him sling the ball like he can. And there were multiple opportunities where they could have found Pop Douglas, Kyle Williams on wide open throws where if he just let it loose a little bit, would have led to touchdowns in big-time plays. Again, he's trying to play mistake-free football, right? Maybe he's not letting it loose like he should. This is where I go back to learning the new offense. Now, speaking of the new offense, he's picking everything up really well. Even the Vikings said it this week. Washington said, wow, they can't believe how well he can take on the communications. So those are all good things. There's one other thing that Drake May did really well, and that's my biggest takeaway. So we could talk about the delay of game and his, some of his balls have kind of sailed a little bit. And there is still question marks if he's got the ability. Clearly, we see it, but can he be consistent at doing it? Here's one thing I thought that was great that he did. On the Travion Henderson touchdown, he called an audible. It was supposed to be a pass play. He called an audible to a stretch zone run. Remember when they tried that years ago with Matt Patricia? It didn't work out in the preseason. They did it, but it was Campbell that blocked down, got to the next level, and Travion Henderson found the seam and went for a touchdown. Just a great play call by Drake May on that. I don't know if anyone's spoken on that, but that was him making a call at the line, audibling out to a zone. And maybe the defense was caught off guard too because the zone blocking was there. That's something I haven't seen yet. The zone blocking by the Patriots? I think they're going to be very good in the run game. They really are. But just going back to the Hollins catch, Dan Orlovsky had a really nice breakdown of that. He settled for the tall 6'4" receiver on the sideline, which is a safe throw, which is also a non-turnover worthy play. So it's a positive play, no doubt about it. But he lets loose to the left sideline. That's a touchdown for Kyle Williams. He throws it right over the middle of the field. Pop Douglas wide open for a touchdown. Again, is the Josh McDaniels offense about making throws that aren't high risk? Or is it about a quarterback who can sling it where they just not letting him air it out just yet? This is the preseason. I doubt that we get a chance to see what Drake May can do in the third preseason game, but I hope these are things that they look at on tape. So May hasn't let it loose at all this preseason. Overall, he was better. Here's the thing with Drake May. When he makes a mistake, he always follows up with a good play. Now, Josh Dobbs, he threw 4 straight passes to Effton Chisum, and it paid off with a touchdown. Josh Dobbs also threw a hospital ball to Kyle Williams, and he got injured. He wasn't at practice today. One other takeaway that I have, special teams might be a priority for the Patriots this year. The kick and punt return game has been fantastic. Are we seeing some sort of an identity of running the football, playing defense, and getting good special teams? There's a big competition in the kicking game to keep an eye on as well. There are roster battles. It's happening at line and receiver. The defensive backs are competing. Anthony Jennings had 3 sacks on Saturday, but somehow is on the bubble. Hopefully we get some of these questions answered on Thursday night when the Patriots wrap up the preseason. We'll have more and a couple of takeaways on Effton Chisum and also Drake May. A lot of people are writing about it. I certainly want to get into that as well. And the Red Sox, who I don't know what just happened, but there was a stop and play. I hope Dustin May is good to go. We'll keep you posted on that one. I'm Joe Meyer. We got Skaz here. Street Team Joe's in the house as well. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray.
Almost missed that one, too. But the one to Pop Douglas, my God, was he open.
That was eye-opening.
And then they almost had a hospital ball to Mac on that first slant of the game. Like, balls high. Brett Favre was like that, too.
Two really bad.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. I'm Joe Murray. That was Scott Zolak. Scott Zolak, backup quarterback. Not as good as Drew, but still a whole lot better than you. Hey! You know, I'm glad he said it. I felt that way after preseason game number 1. I didn't love his footwork when we're talking about Drake May here, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Zoe calls the game. Like, he's there. He's played quarterback. Like, he's not doing this to stir the pot. He's doing it because there were some things that you thought maybe he'd be better at, or some things that maybe he'd be a little bit looser at doing. So that's where I kind of stand on it. There may be some realization to you might have woke up this morning feeling a little bit less, I don't want to say like less about your football team, but I've been under 8.5 and I feel better about it today. I think the Patriots will compete, right? They get a really strong running game, and so far they look really well coached. And they're battling injuries, and they don't have a lot of depth. So, like, if I'm going to talk negative about the Patriots, I think depth's their number one issue. And if guys get hurt, you're asking people to really step into a role where maybe they have before, but they're just not ready for it. And we'll get into some of Elliot Wolf's comments from earlier today that I thought was really interesting regarding how they're going to handle the next couple of weeks or what they're open to doing. But if you look at the offensive side of the football, their best position right now is running back. Travion Henderson's been outstanding, but I do think Ramondre Stevenson's going to be, and Gibson for that matter, I think they're really going to be your best part of your team right now. When it comes to the next position offensively, what's their strongest? Wide receiver Stephon Diggs, you hope he's back week 1, but you can't put that in there. Pop Douglas, right? Kayshon Boutte. It's Hollins. Like, and this is where we get into Effton Chisum. You know, this kid, if you know about his backstory, and we're going to let you hear a little bit more from him later on in the show. Taylor Kyles of CLNS had a chance to sit down with Effton Chisum. So we'll give you some of that audio coming up later. But right now, Effton Chisum should be a lock for the Patriots. His route running, he has hands. He can catch the football. This isn't just a guy. He's got hands. Edelman did not have great hands. Why? Because he was a quarterback. He developed into it. No doubt. And Wes Welker, say what you want. I know you could talk about the one drop that he had. The guy who had excellent hands. Like Randy Moss had incredible hands. There's some guys that just really had it. Chisum has it. He's got hands. His awareness, his juke step, his ability to not take on hits, those are all NFL level attributes and traits. He has it. His moves are going to keep him healthy and on the field. But again, he didn't practice today. Like, these are the things you have to worry about with a guy like this. My only issue with Effton Chisum, and it has nothing to do with his ability. What else can he do on the roster? He did have a punt return in the game, but would he be the backup punt returner? Do you want Effton Chisum in those situations? This is why I wouldn't mind having him on the team to just do that and play a little bit of a small role in the passing game. But the way he's playing right now, I think he needs to be involved in what they want to do. I don't know if he can physically do that. The other thing is, can they just have a guy who plays one position on the roster? I don't know. But as far as just the actual attributes of being a slot receiver in the league, his hands, awareness, route running, and ability is all there. He has it. This kid broke records in college. He's Cooper Kupp's wannabe, right? That's exactly who he is. He's small, though. Very small. But right now, and I'll give you kind of my breakdown on the wide receiving group coming up in a little bit here. He's a lock. He's a lock for, I don't know how. You release him, he's getting picked up by somebody else. You can't sneak him on the waivers. That ain't happening. But I think Effton Chisum earned himself a roster spot. And right now, with all the injuries they have and the uncertainty of Stephon Diggs, he's a top 3 guy on the roster when it comes to wide receiver. And this is why I bring up, if you are ranking the positions offensively, running back is number 1. What's 2? Maybe it's the tight end group that we haven't seen much of on Hunter Henry and Hooper. Like, maybe that's 2. It's not your offensive line, right? It's not the receiver group. And where do the quarterbacks rank on that one? So Drake May. Vrabel likes where Drake May's progress is at when it comes to protecting the football. He also noted an unnecessary hit that he took before throwing a ball away in Minnesota. Like, this is Vrabel coaching him hard, wanting more from him. And I saw that Evan Lazar had a nice little breakdown over at Patriots.com in regards to breaking down Drake May's day and getting into the rookies. And I do want to get into the rookies coming up in a little bit. But Drake May had 15 snaps, right? You're seeing a base offense with Josh McDaniels as the offensive coordinator. There was constant communication. That was something I wanted to bring up. Drake May, in an interview, talked about how Alex Van Pelt would be in his headset, but only when making play calls. He went on to say that Josh McDaniels is in his play set a ton, working with him, communicating him through the headset, up until that last relay second. So he said that that's one of the biggest differences between last year and this year. He's getting way more communication. But as far as the scheme went, and everything to that degree, it was definitely vintage McDaniel stuff. Little chip plays, drags over the middle, post to the corner, but also little fighting around to go to the corner first and drag the baseline. All that stuff was there. All of it was there. There was power. There was counter trap. There was gap duo schemes. There was zone blocking, right? There were a lot of different things that we haven't seen before. Kickouts, you name it. I don't want to bore you with all the terms. But they also showed some old school power concepts, right? And when Drake May was under center, they ran the ball 4 to 8 times. And it was those outside zone blockers that got downfield, which gave the corners and the cut in the middle of the field for Henderson and others to truly get down there. So I'm seeing some of the old stuff. Drake May seems to be picking it up well. I think talent's still an issue when it comes to their offense. Just not having a center and a guard right now heading into preseason game number 3, it's not good. And the whole Stephon Diggs uncertainty, I don't know if we have any more clarity on that. What is clear is Effton Chisum is going to be on the team. That's clear. What is clear is Ramondre Stevenson and Travion Henderson and Gibson, they're going to run the ball a ton. There are position battles this week. We'll see. I thought Will Campbell, although he wasn't tested like in pass protection or any true one-on-ones, he was awesome in the run game. Right? He had front side blocks. I mentioned the outside one on the touchdown. Great movement. Really showed some power on some standout drills. Or I shouldn't even say drills. On some standout just blocks downfield. Like, that's going to carry him. And maybe there's a theme here. I'm going to keep saying this. When Drake May makes a mistake, he comes back out and makes up for it. Will Campbell had a really bad day on Thursday. He was perfect on on Saturday's preseason game, excuse me. One other thing I wanted to mention, Kyle Williams really has shown a lot when it comes to route running. Whether it's zone coverage or man, he didn't have a target But he did have, what do you have, 3 from Dobbs? So I know that Minnesota was in more of a zone where last week he was in more of man-to-man. He knows how to get open, though. And the hospital ball didn't help him. I don't know what his status is at the moment. Kid can get open. I think he really understands the scheme that McDaniels is trying to run. It's just interesting that the guys that are popping are the rookies. Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels never wanted to use rookies back in the day. Now they're the standouts of camp. Campbell, Henderson, Chisum, Williams. There's more, and we'll certainly get into those coming up as, should I even mention? They got fullbacks in there, and they're doing all sorts of other things. Your thoughts on the Patriots and Drake May at 617-779-0985. I did want to touch on the Red Sox who are currently in action. I'll give you the score right now in Sports Hub Headlines.
Essential Sports Hub Headline presented by Celsius.
On to Myers. High fly ball, pretty well hit. Long run, Sadon going back. And that ball is gone. Home run for Myers. He gets a measure of revenge, and he has tied the game 3-3. His 6th home run of the year. So could not make the catch to prevent a home run, but he gets one of his own here. And we're dead even.
He has a slider left over the middle of the plate by Weissert. See where this pitch is. Starts in. When you're a right-handed batter, you're looking for that slider to start at you to be a good pitch to hit. That was the one. And he covers it to right center. That's a big boy homer for a righty.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Joe Murray. Here until 11 o'clock tonight. Feel free to call in anything you want. 617-779-0985. Red Sox lose 5-3 yesterday. That was one of the most disappointing losses I've seen in a while. I watched them lose the other a couple of weeks ago after a rain delay. It pissed me off. Last night was one that just, you let get away. You can't lose games like that in August. I'm sorry. In the setup scenario, Garrett Crochet was really good. After that tough outing that he had against the Astros, he went 7 innings, had 3 hits, battled out of multiple situations, gave up 1 earned, had 8 strikeouts and 94 pitches. So I was sitting there saying, well, no Chapman today, as we heard a million times on the broadcast. Why don't you send him out there for another inning? Nope. And they went to Whitlock, gave up 2 hits, 1 earned, 21 pitches, who's been good, by the way, and I'll give you those numbers coming up in a minute here. Then Weissert, you just heard there, 2-run homer, 8 pitches. He's not right now. And then Matz was the one who gave up the home run. Anyways, my whole thing on Matz is this. I think he's been good up until that point, but there was this weird thing yesterday where things started to fall apart. Like, you thought maybe luck was on your side on the Abreu home run where it went off the guy's glove and into the bullpen. Like, yay, cool. Then there was like a horrible third called strike on Cedon Rafaela that was like awful. Bregman booted a ball, right? Like a couple of things just weren't going the Sox way. Things just kind of unraveled. This is where I would get on the manager, though. You got to make a choice. You told Chapman you're going to give him the day off, so if he's out, he's out. But if that's the case, your bullpen's short. And I understand that, hey, when you send out Whitlock, Weissert, and Matz, you should be able to close the door in 2 innings, 3 innings. Sure. They didn't. And you're not strong there. And the fact is, on the Saturday game, when you had a 5-run lead, Campbell couldn't get you out of that. There's been multiple times this year where the Red Sox have had to use middle relievers that can't do their job, so you have to depend on other people like Chapman to come into games to close them out. If you don't have Chapman, why don't you throw Crochet out for another inning? And, I know there's people that want to say, why couldn't Chapman? Hey, you know who was chirping me last night, Skaz? Intern Luke. He wanted to chirp me about how Chapman only pitched 3 pitches the other night on Saturday. Why couldn't he pitch on Sunday? And I wanted to be like, dude, would have pitched 3 days. How many times a 37-year-old pitched 3 days in a row? So here I am. Here we go, back and forth, me and him, But, he had the day off. Like, it happens in baseball where they tell you you're going to have the day off. I'm sure Chapman wanted to be out there. He had the day off. So anyways, did you think Corey did the wrong thing in that one, Skaz?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I get the Chapman thing, but I'm kind of, he did throw 3 pitches, but this is the problem, that you're in this situation in the first place, that you didn't give this team enough arms to have down the stretch.
That's Cora's fault?
I think Cora's job is to manage the bullpen. He doesn't have the greatest bullpen to manage right now, but It's on the whole team. It's on the relievers really behind Chapman that have continually blown leads to force Chapman into numerous games. It feels like it's happened more in the last 3 or 4 weeks than it did earlier in the season, where they're up 7-3 or whatever it is. They're up 5 or 6 runs, and then all of a sudden the ninth comes around, they're up 2 runs, and here comes Chapman again. But you're relying on this guy Chapman, who has been very good to great for most parts of this season, but to bring him in, he can't come in because he threw 3 pitches on Saturday. I'm kind of out on giving him the day off before the game even starts. Like, I get it, he's older, he needs the rest, but what are you going to do in the playoffs? He can't go because he threw 3 pitches the night before. Like, then you needed to get another arm at the deadline. So is it all Cora's fault? No, it's not Cora's fault, but this is the team right now. You're in a playoff race. Your closer should be able to, pitch the next day after throwing 3 pitches. And if he can't because of his age, then it's on, the GM not bringing in enough talent at the deadline.
Okay. So we will blame them for not being active enough at the deadline. So when they don't make it to the playoffs because of losing games like this, we don't blame Cora. We blame Henry and Breslow.
I'm okay to blame everybody if you want, Joe. I think everybody can get a little piece of the blame. I think you can blame the offense, too, because they give Garrett Crochet 0 run support. And I know that game ended up being, higher scoring the later it got.
3-1, but still, he left the game with a 2-run lead.
Exactly, yeah.
So Crochet was good, too.
He was fine.
He battled out of some situations that he put himself in. So was he perfect? No, but clean slate as far as 1 earned run. 8 strikeouts, I'll take that every time. 7 innings, 1 earned, 8 strikeouts, ace.
But then it goes back to Chapman, where you're relying on a guy you can't. I mean, if he can't pitch after throwing 3 pitches the day before, what happens in the playoffs? Like, these high leverage situations, if you're going to need him for 4 outs in the playoffs, does that mean he's going to be done for the next 2 or 3 days after that? Like, that's not a good spot to be in. That's why they needed to do more at the deadline. So, if Cora is almost shutting him down to say, like, hey, this is all we got, then, I get it. You need to save him because he's the only bullet you have, but that's a tough spot to be in going forward.
All right. Well, the bullpen's been overall great, but they cost him a game in April. Between Chapman, Whitlock, Weissert, Wilson, and Matz, they've thrown 197 innings. Their ERA this year is 2.28. So, I mean, the overall, it's been very good, right? It's all the other relievers that are bad. 22 innings, 6 earned runs. Like, it's bad. The Akalas, the Campbells, those guys. But for the most part, bullpen's been pretty good. I'll say this. With now 36 games to go, you might need to win a few of these ones. And if someone was told they have the day off, tell them to keep their cleats on. Maybe they're not there yet. Maybe they're not. But last night, if they missed the playoffs by a game or home field by a game or any of that, just remember what happened against the Miami Marlins on a Sunday in August. 617-779-0985. The Red Sox did make a couple of moves today. Wondering if one of them could make an impact. And, my guy down in the minors doing a little bit more these days. Let's get into that coming up here on the other side. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
What's up? I'm Joe Murray. What's up, people? We out there today? What's going on? Am I just giving excellent insight to the point where you just want to listen to it? Well, here's some more insight for you. The Red Sox have made a couple of moves. Number one, Marcelo Meyer done for the year. Out. Out for the year. With a wrist injury. Another season where Marcelo Meyer is a big-time prospect. Can't finish the season. It's upsetting. But you know what? Get surgery. Can he be the future shortstop of the Red Sox? Can he be the future second baseman? Is he a part of the Red Sox future? Is he in I don't know where he stands. I still think the guy's got a great makeup, though, for this team. Third base, right? Shortstop. He's kind of insurance if something does happen to, if something should actually happen with Bregman. But what I mean by the insurance is he can hold the position. But hope that's another story for another day on that one. They are bringing in, though, 30-year-old Nathaniel. Is it Lau? I always thought it was Lau. 30 years old, appeared in 119 games this year for the Nationals. He had 113 starts. He was released after batting .216. He was the former Silver Slugger Award back in 2022 with the Rangers, and he was traded last offseason. So they're not paying much. But the reason why I want to bring this guy in personally, I mean, the guy's got over 105 home runs and 400 RBI for his career. He's been a pretty solid hitter in the league. But just listen to just some of the first base numbers regarding the Red Sox here in the second half. Post All-Star break, Red Sox first basemen are batting .208. Woof. The on-base percentage, .250. It's 28th in Major League Baseball. The slugging is 26th. The OPS is 25th. That .208 average is 23rd, believe it or not. There's actually teams worse than the Red Sox at first base. One person to bring up on that is Abraham Toro. Oh, boy. So, of all first basemen with a minimum of 80 plate appearances, he's batting .189. There's 200 players who've had 80 or more appearances playing first base. Sorry, I didn't mean first base. Out of anybody, 200 players that have had 80 appearances or more, he's batting .189. It's 181st of 200 people. His OBP is 189th. His slugging is 182nd. His OPS is 188. They need an upgrade there. They need an upgrade. At the deadline, this was something we discussed. Could they go after another potential bat and play first base? So they did bring in Nathaniel Lowe and Lowe, whatever it is. I looked up WAR since 2021. He is 7th in Major League Baseball in F-WAR for first baseman. Whatever that means. F-WAR, F home runs, whatever it is, they need an upgrade that is better than Abraham Toro. Now, to the good stuff. The Worcester Red Sox have been working out Christian Gamble and have been working out the password, Mr. Garcia. And my boy, Scoops Garcia over there. Did you see him, Skaz? Playing a little first base, turning double plays, picking balls, scooping balls, hitting home runs.
He looked all right. First game, little scoopage.
Just want to say that I stand by my take that a right-handed power hitter who dominates AA, then AAA, why can't that guy play at the next level? I'm very curious. So how far away are we from September? 2 weeks? 3 weeks? What do we got? Where are we at today? What's today? 18th. So we got
2 weeks.
Okay, 2 more weeks. 2 full weeks. I'm curious who the 2 players are that they bring up. It's probably Christian Campbell, unless something happens where they got to bring him up. Would you rather Christian Campbell or Eaton, who's up today again?
Campbell.
Okay, then. Why not the password?
Yeah, bring me the password. Bring me Peyton Tolley, too.
So as I was going to say, you can only bring up 2 guys. So if there's a way to maneuver Campbell back onto the roster before this and bring up Tolley and Garcia, I'm in. I hope it's Tolley, right? Could it be Anderson? Could they be like, we really need to hit on this trade? That would piss me off, too. No, we really got to get something out of this Devers trade. I think we go with Anderson. Vomit. I'm out on that one. Now, I forget how it works because I know they changed the rule. If someone got hurt, could they still elevate somebody? I actually don't know how that works anymore. They used to just be able to have September call-ups and just, they could have called us up, guys. That's how it used to work. I think there's a lot of movies about guys who got September call-ups. But I know that they designate 2 people that can be on the roster.
They also have the taxi squad too that they're allowed to carry later in the season.
So that's who I would.
They have a 5-man taxi squad or something like that. I don't know what the rules are on that though. With
it's got to be 40-man or active. It's probably got to be the 28 active, whatever it is. One of those guys. Okay, in on that one too. I think that if there's an injury, they have some guys. So, anyways, enough Red Sox. Dustin May, of course, is on the mound tonight. He may or may not pitch well. They may or may not hit the ball. I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, what a big market tease today by Elliott Wolf. Before we do in or out in about an hour, are you in or out on the move from Elliott Wolf basically signaling the siren that they are open for business when it comes to a trade? We'll certainly get into that. We'll pause 10 seconds for station ID as well, and we'll hit the headline. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
From the Telfair Tire Studios, WBZ FM and HD1.
It's not just the games. It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Beasley Media Group Station.
Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, Red Sox trail the Orioles 1-0 right now. Bottom of the 3rd inning. Dustin May on the mound. He gave up a home run. That's not cool. I was looking at some photo of a guy standing on lettuce because he doesn't like lettuce. I can share that later if you want. What else? Nathaniel Lowe is back. Well, is here. Not in the lineup, but he's here. Patriots 2-0 in the preseason. Drake May threw 2 more interceptions today at practice. Cleveland Browns announced Joe Flacco the starter and Matthew Judon. Will he wear turquoise sleeves? What color sleeves will he wear? Did he wear Falcon sleeves last year? I want to know what kind of sleeves he's going to wear. Headlines, they are brought to you by Premier Basement Waterproofing. 3rd generation owned by the Albert family. Call now and get on the schedule to ensure you're waterproofed in time for winter weather. 844-LIVE-DRY, premierbasement.net. It's game over for water. I'm Joe Murray.
No matter where you go, you're always connected to Boston sports with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app. Download it wherever you get your apps today.
Yeah, absolutely. We're talking to all 31 other teams and trying to do what's best for us. And if something presents itself, I think those things are often a lot more complicated than the fans and some others like to make it believe. But if there's something that we think can help us, we'll definitely be open to.
Just real quick before we get into this Elliott thing, guys, if you were to rank the offensive group by position, what would be your top 3 for the offense right now?
I think running back's probably 1, just because you have Stevenson, Henderson, and Gibson. I think that's a pretty good trio there. Oh, boy. Are we assuming everyone's healthy, Joe?
It's today.
Today? And tight end maybe too? I don't know.
I said tight end too. Because Henry and Hooper aren't playing because they're old.
Yeah.
They don't need They also have 4 undrafted free agents and Jaheim Bell and guys like that.
Yeah.
No, I think they're playing that one right. Hunter Henry, he can use the time off, right? Even Hooper, for that matter. Like, they kind of need those guys. 3 would be, is it the quarterback?
I'm not really a Pasternak guy.
But does Drake May outweigh it? Like,
he's not better than...
It's not the line. It's not the line. It's not the wide receiver group, is it?
I think the wide receiver group is deeper than the quarterback room.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, at least, Diggs,
Well,
Douglas, Williams, Hollins, Chisum. Like, after Drake May, you got nothing.
You got nothing. You're right.
Now, I'm not saying the wide receiver room's stacked. But running back, tight end, easy 1-2, I would say.
Do you feel better or worse about the Patriots today than you did when the season was starting?
What do you mean? What's the start point?
Expectations.
Well,
how about 8.5 wins?
No. But I've never been an 8. I think if they win 7 or 8 games, I'd be thrilled.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be some really good things and some disappointing things. I think you're going to be like, yeah, they got it. They figured it out. I think you're like, how do you lose to these chumps? It's going to happen.
It might happen week 1, Joe.
I will. Okay. You know how I mean, you probably heard enough of it, Skaz, because I've talked about it so much, but I think the Josh McDaniels, Drake May experiment, him running everything, it's working because he can pick it up, right? Like, I give him a lot of credit for picking it up. Is he doing too much? Like a delay a game, dude? Delay a game? Like, he's the guy running everything, but come on. So I just feel like there's too much on his plate. The fact he's sailing balls a little bit. Like, they're all just low-risk plays. So just one more time on the Hollins play on the sideline, right? If he just looks the safety off, it's a touchdown to Williams on the left. This is before he rolled out, okay? And then if he just stood still and didn't roll out, he had Pop Douglas in the middle of the field where he could have sailed that thing 40 yards for a touchdown. Instead, he rolled out, sailed it a little bit if Hollins wasn't 6'4" or whatever he is. All I'm saying is, was it a nice play? Yes. Was it a low-risk play? Yes. But come on, you're Drake May with the big arm. Let it loose, baby. And I'm wondering if the Josh McDaniels offense prohibits that. Somebody asked me recently, if Drake May was Drew Bledsoe, would I be happy? And I said yes. You know why? Because Drew Bledsoe let it fly, baby. I think Drake May can hey, it is the preseason, right? Maybe they don't want to show things. Maybe they saw things that they're going to use opening day. I don't know. It's just a little concerning with everything that he's doing. He's not looking for big plays, and I'm blaming McDaniels, which I'm going to be consistent on. Last year, Drake May threw the ball around. Drake May whizzed that thing around. Now he's rolling out for protection throws. Just not something that I truly loved. Anyways, your thoughts at 617-779-0985. Elliot Wolf today sounded the alarm. He sounded the alarm. The Patriots are absolutely open to a big trade in the next coming days and weeks, and a couple of names are out there. Trey Hendrickson, Terry McLaurin, how about Micah Parsons, right? They're all in contract disputes at the moment. Now, is it a good thing or a bad thing? There's nothing wrong with doing it whatsoever. The Patriots have tried to get people, and quite frankly, no skill players wanted to come here. They signed Carlton Davis, who made a nice play this weekend. Milton Williams has looked good. He's talked about him and Barmore being a nice little tag team. Like, Spillane had 2 interceptions at practice today, looked pretty good in preseason, too. So I do think, like, Landry and guys like that, they're all going to be nice acquisitions for the team. Don't get me wrong. They need big playmakers. The only way they're going to acquire them is through trade. I don't know if I necessarily still trust Elliot Wolf to make these moves. Hopefully it is a little bit of Stretch in there, and Mike Vrabel is a part of the process. Our boy Stretch, right? Did I ever ask Callahan about that the other night?
I feel like there was stretch talk. Maybe not when we had him and Doug on.
Oh, no, we did a full extensive
before
stretch.
that. Yeah. A lot of stretch.
We did a biopic, whatever. They're absolutely open. This is one I saw that was kind of interesting today. Daniel Jeremiah, you know him, Move the Sticks guy, NFL Network. With Drake May on a rookie deal, it makes sense for New England to be interested in trading for an expensive star player. Hendrickson or McLaurin makes sense, but I'd call the Cowboys first and shoot my shot on Parsons. I agree with you, sir. I do. All right. We've been sniffing around this Stephon Diggs thing, like what's going on there, right? I'll never forget this. Burt Breer was asked about it. It was probably a couple of weeks ago. I can probably Google it. But, hey, Bert, what would it take for the Patriots to acquire Terry McLaurin? And he goes, probably Stephon Diggs and a second-round pick. And I'm thinking about it. Would I do it? Would I do it? I would Mike Vrabel do it? I think he would. Like, if they could get out of that money, now they'd have to take on probably $30 million a year. They have it. He's also 30 years old, though. Like, do they want to pay a guy 30 years old? It takes him away from. I still don't think he's leaving Jaden McDaniels, but it's enticing, right? You got that?
But if you were the Patriots, would you consider trading Stephon Diggs in a second-round pick there? You know, because if you look at the idea of that, Stephon Diggs is from D.C., right? So that'd be a homecoming for him. And it would give the Commander some more financial flexibility with the contract that Steph has. It would give them the extra piece of draft capital. And then the Patriots would have a receiver that you could build around for the next few years. Again, that's just an idea.
And I'm just reading a report because there's a football game on now, right? Terry McLaurin not even at the stadium for the game tonight versus Cincinnati. Oh, you mentioned Cincinnati, huh? Well, Cincinnati is still having their issues with Trey Hendrickson. They could have got a lot more for him in the offseason, but now their request is a young defensive player and a high draft pick. And what did I see today at practice? Keon White has been replaced in the starting defense. Would you trade Keon White and a potentially second-round pick for Hendrickson? And I'd fly there. I know he's older. Hey, listen, this guy, he's a star player who probably should go somewhere that can win right away. Right? Cincinnati's a place where he can do that. He's just not going to get the money he wants, and at some point, he probably wants to walk away. So do I think that's the best destination for him, Cincinnati? Yes. And are they going to wait it out until he has to take a crap deal? Probably. But as far as the Patriots go, I still think Parsons is the best of the three. You're just going to give up multiple first-round picks. It's not happening. But Diggs for McLaurin? I think I'd do it. I think I'd do it because are we already hearing whispers of Stephon Diggs, although working hard, might be a little, what's the word? Well, the words that Phil Perry used was pain in the posterior.
That sounds right.
Maybe I'm paraphrasing, but it sounded right. Is he a little bit of a, I don't want to use the word malcontent. Does he ruffle some feathers in there?
He's a diva, Joe.
But is it a Vrabel problem? Or is it a, well, like where's the, who doesn't like it?
I don't know if we'll ever know. That's kind of the problem.
Who didn't like it in Buffalo?
Yeah, I don't know. Seems like Josh Allen did okay without him.
Last year, yeah.
Won the MVP.
I watched them last night. They were bad. Oh, I watched the Bears last night.
Caleb looked good.
By the way, Ben Johnson. Whew.
That did something for you?
Luther Burden. Oh, my God.
I heard a lot of smoke around Luther Burden coming into the draft. He's a problem guy. Looked good to me.
He looks better than Roman Dunze right now. I like to call him, whenever I pull cards of Rome Odunze, I like to say Rome wasn't built in Odunze. And everyone rolls their eyes about how corny it is.
Kind of like me and Street Team Joe just did.
Yeah, I felt it too, though. The eye roll helped shake it over here a little bit. But it was Kalavion Chason that replaced Keon White today on the top defensive unit. By the way, did you see Chason with a nice little rundown on the interception? He was just there. So, his presence alone caused an interception. I don't know if that's going to work for 18 weeks. I don't know.
I mean, if you had to pick Hendrickson or McLaurin, who are you taking?
I think Hendrickson's the better player, personally. I really do. The Patriots need McLaurin.
I think it's McLaurin. Yeah.
You could sell it. Right?
And he's been a great player, and he was the only bright spot in that organization for years.
You give him $30 million. You tell him you want him to be the star of the show. You got some young guys you want him to groom, but he's the man. Scary Terry playing for the Patriots. You get to play with Trey. I still don't know why Washington would do it. I still don't know why. I would like to keep both Diggs and McLaurin. I don't know how that works, by the way. But it's just money, right? It's just money. I'm in. 617-779-0985. I did want to go over that receiver room because, here we are talking about who you'd want on the roster and who won or whatever. Diggs isn't a lock for week one. Right now, it's Pop Douglas is a lock for week one. Kayshon Boutte is a lock for week one. Hollins is a lock for week one. I think Effton Chisum's a lock for week one. Kyle Williams, we don't know his injury update yet. Kendrick Bourne's not going to practice again. Polk's not practicing. They got 4 or 5 guys right there. Is that strong? I don't know. Maybe they do need another receiver. And if you add Diggs to the list, I do like how it bottoms out a little bit with Chisum at the end there. Kind of like that a little bit. Or having Williams be the 6th receiver, or Williams ahead of Chisum. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like that. Tyler is in Lowell. Hey, Tyler.
Hi, how's it going? Kind of touching on 2 different things you mentioned about how you're a bit concerned about Drake May taking more of the easier routes and stuff like that instead of going deep. And I just want to know, which would you rather have as a problem, where if he starts getting into that more, or what Caleb Williams was kind of struggling with last season, where it felt like he would sit in the pocket forever and not take the easy thing and only be worried about the deep shot? What, with a second-year quarterback, would you rather be dealing with?
Well, let me ask you. Right, the Caleb Williams thing, he had a lot of issues there with the line, especially. May made a lot of plays with his legs last year, downfield plays. You know what I mean? I think what they're doing is they're restricting the turnover-worthy plays, but I feel like that takes away from his ability to throw the deep ball. That's what I really mean by it.
Yeah, no, that is a great point. I think I would probably prefer to have what's going on with May, especially.
Yeah.
We've already seen he's capable of the deep ball, because Caleb is very it can become a habit that just you can't. Because I feel like it's funny because they're both Bears guys. I feel like that's what I watched Justin Fields do for his first 3 seasons and never got out of it. Whereas,
remember who's the Patriots? Who's the Patriots QB coach? The former Bears coach from last. You know what I'm saying? Brian.
Yeah.
So it's maybe they are saying to him, "Hey, they can dunk. It might open up the big play." But I think what they're really doing, man, they're going to lean on the running game. I just think that May does throw some turnover-worthy plays. We saw it last year. I think they're just trying to limit that to keep him on the field to make more plays.
Yeah, and I think that's good. And do you also think they're going to try to limit his running a lot more now?
Yes, because they taught him. You see, he can slide now. He knows how to slide. I do. Appreciate the call, man. I do. Well, let's get to know Effton Chisum a little bit here on the other side. We'll tell you all about him. Taylor Kyles had a nice little sit down with the wide receiver, and we'll play you some of that audio. And also, you got to hear the touchdown. How about that? We'll let you hear that coming up next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Earn your bachelor's degree online quickly and affordably with UMass Lowell. Visit uml.edu/online.
Maz here from Window Nation. Right now, get 50% off all window styles, plus 0 down, 0 payments, 0 interest for 2 full years. But the sale ends soon. Trust Window Nation. Schedule your free estimate now at 866-90Nation or windownation.com.
Join 98.5 The Sports Hub and Coors Light for a New England football viewing party Thursday from 7 to 9 at the Nash Casino inside the Pheasant Lane Mall in Nashua. The Nash Casino is the place to enjoy a Coors Light and watch New England football all season long. Must be 21 plus to enter. Gambling problem? Call 603-724-1605 or visit nhproblemgambling.org.
Hey, it's Beetle from my good friends at 495 Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Lowell. From game day tailgates to school drop-offs, the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4x4 is your ticket to ride. Returning lease customers can lease it now for as low as $299 a month for 24 months with $39.95 due at signing, or buy it starting at $40,500. It's the Make This the Summer event. Drive a new Jeep Grand Cherokee 4x4 starting at $299 per month for 24 months with $39.95 due at signing. See my friend Tony and his team at 495 Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Lowell or visit 495jeep.com. Tell him Beetle sent you.
Hi, it's Sean Doherty, co-owner of Joyce Cooling and Heating in Nashua. We're celebrating our 30th anniversary this year. You've probably seen our trucks on the road. That's because since 1995, we've been providing expert HVAC services for both residential and commercial clients across New Hampshire and Northern Mass, including installations, repairs, and maintenance. So this summer, don't sweat it. Just call Joyce to ensure your AC is running at peak comfort and efficiency. Schedule your cooling appointment today by visiting joycecool.com. And thank you to every customer for your business these past 30 years. That's joycecool.com.
Do you suffer from sore feet, back?
motioning right to left is John Giles. A back to the left of Dobbs. For the Patriots, it's 3rd down and 8. And the ball backed up to the 13. Dobbs steps left, throws it to Chisum, crossing at the 10. Gets away from one defender, gets away from a second defender. Dives between a pair, and he's in. Touchdown, Patriots!
Refusing to go down. The young man out of Eastern Washington, breaking Cooper Kupp's records, coming to the league as an undrafted rookie, and literally fighting for his spot in this second preseason game. The best player on the field right now, and it's not close.
And we're going to do Effed in or Effed out coming out in just a little bit. And, sometimes with some players, where there's smoke, there's fire. This kid, do I have to give you the background on him? Like, he was an elite player at Eastern Washington. He's 5'10", 198. I think that's being kind. There's no way that dude's 5'10", 198, but whatever. We'll get to that one another day. But in college, he was outstanding. He had 87 catches 1 year and 1,000 yards. He had 62 and 600 the next year after dealing with a few injuries. And then last year, or 2 years ago, 84. Like, the guy is a machine as far as catching footballs. His final year in college, 120 receptions, 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns. He was FCS first-team All-American. He declared for the draft. He participated at the Hula Bowl. He was a part of the East-West Shrine game. Like, he was a part of everything. Everything that he did led him to become an undrafted free agent for an opportunity to play. There were a lot of teams interested, but he wanted to play for the Patriots. They felt that they had a role. And, one thing that's been happening at camp is Josh McDaniels has been showing him tape about how Danny Amendola would get open. And specifically, Danny Amendola, maybe it's his body type, or maybe he sees him as that type of receiver. But the touchdown that he scored, if you look at it, he ran his route, he looked back, he never stood still. He kept kind of running the same route, kind of elusive at times, great hands, as I mentioned, and then just knew how to shake and bake. He really has that ability to shake off people so he doesn't take big hits. But that was power into the end zone. That was determination. And the one thing that Mike Vrabel has been stressing at camp is effort and finish. And so far through 2 games, there's no doubt about it. Effton Chisum is all about effort and finish. I think it's worth being excited about him. But on the scale of things, he really only fits a certain role. Like, can he be a punt returner? Can he do multiple things? But I do think as of right now, he's a lock. And maybe he can play around the goal line. Maybe he can. That was a nice little play. Not to mention, and it was from Josh Dobbs, who found him 4 times in a row because he was open. It was the safe play. I want to get into a little bit more of Effton Chisum. And, Elliot Wolf was glazing over him today. He's a guy who went to 2 All-Star games. No one really guarded him at either. That's when he came on my radar, he said. Definitely thought he was a draftable talent. Maybe he didn't have the 40-yard dash that was applicable to getting him drafted. So he thinks that it was really just his 40-yard time, which is why he didn't pop. We got more on Effton Chisum coming up in a little bit. I know Taylor Kyle's had to sit down with him. We'll let you hear some of that coming up. But our man Hooch, he's in Newton. What's up, Hooch?
What's happening, Joe?
How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great. I just got back from a trip in Maine and did a lot of great eateries there and did some nice beach time.
Nice. Did you eat lobster with buns, bread, or just lobster itself?
The toasted buttered roll all the way.
That's what I'm in on, baby.
I like cold lobster meat, but on the buttered roll.
Yeah,
that's the real New England way.
I usually eat it with my hands. I'll be honest with you, but every once in a while, I like to dabble with a fork.
Well, sometimes you got to pick off the extra meat.
That's right. I need
sometimes there's too much on top, and then you got to eat what's on top, and then you get to the bun, and it's like it's unbelievable.
What about what besides lobster in Maine? What were the go-tos?
I don't know. We hit a lot of really nice restaurants. We went to a place called Lost Fire near Kennebunk, which is really, really special place.
Some meats?
An Argentinian steakhouse.
Oh, baby.
Well, yeah. I mean, they make all their own meat, sausages. It's amazing, amazing place.
Oh, man. So did you watch Effton Chisum?
We did, and I was, every time this guy gets an opportunity, he makes the most of it. I'm really impressed. He's, it's hard not to compare him to like a Welker or Edelman. I know it's early, but I mean, he has that makeup, and even like Cooper Kupp, same college. So, I mean, the guy seems to put in the work, and he's there at 5 a.m.
Yep.
Talking to the coaches, and I mean, he wants it bad. So it's pretty exciting.
Good point on that.
I did want to call about a little bit about Drake May.
I was going to say, good point on that. There was a report this week that he meets every day with Todd Downing at 5 a.m. to go over tape. The tape they want him to look at is Amendola, which I thought was very interesting.
Yes, it's similar kind of, definitely similar kind of player. So I think the Patriots definitely, their wide receiver group, as a group, I think is better than we're giving it credit for right now.
Well, who's healthy and who's there, right? That's the question. I mean, they don't suck in preseason, right? Guys are making plays. They're catching balls. They know where the first down markers are. They're lining up right. They get their toes in bounds. So, I mean, it's better than last year already. I'll agree with that.
Exactly. Well, we have a lot. Last year they were so bad that we can only go up from there. So, but I did just want a quick comment on Drake May. I think we all have to understand that this guy, he doesn't have a lot of experience. I mean, he played about half a season last year, a little more than half a season. I think he's just going to get better with time. I think he is struggling a little bit right now. But I do remember when Mac Jones was on the coming up with Josh McDaniels, and McDaniels said something. He said that it's like a basket. Each practice, you put a little more in the basket, until you can see how much these guys can handle. I think that's what's going on with May right now. I do think that with experience, he's going to get better. But I think we all have to sort of we're going to go. There's going to be some bumps in the road, but he's going to get there.
All right, Hooch. Appreciate your call, my man. Thank you.
All right, Joe.
All right,
thanks.
Buddy. Thank you. Hooch brought us the Bon John the other night, too. I probably should have mentioned that. Is that what you said, Joe, when you answered the phone right away? Was, hey, man, thanks for the wings. Thanks for the wings. You know what? The basket idea, I think the basket's overflow. But other people from other teams are saying how well he's picking it up, so I can't crap all over it. It's still a concern to me, though. See, Mac Jones could pick it up. Problem is, Mac Jones did not have the ability. But come on, you're Drake May with the big arm. Let it loose, baby. Let it loose. Let her be loose. Turn me loose. Let it loose, baby. Oh, you ever eat a lobster roll and it falls out? It just gets all loosey-goosey. You know what I'm talking about, Joe? It just falls. That's why I like a clamshell. I want my lobster roll in a clamshell so it falls back in the thing so I can eat it. But I love when it just drops everywhere. Turn me loose. Turn me loose. I don't know what we were talking about. Oh, we were going to do the interview stuff, huh? Well, let's play it, Skez. What is it, a minute long? Let's do it. This is Taylor Kyle. Shout out to you, Taylor, CLNS. And he had a chance to sit down with Effton Chisum.
Joined by Patriots wide receiver Effton Chisum. I know this Josh McDaniels offense is known for churning out slot receivers. First, was that a big reason that you wanted to sign with the team?
I mean, I definitely played a role in my decision to come here, but I just think just being a Patriot, the history behind a Patriot, and kind of the legacy that they have as a team, was big to me, and trying to get that legacy back, as I feel like as a group we're trying to do, and I love Coach McDaniels.
What is the best piece of advice that you've got?
I think it's I kind of keep doing it today. It's just one day at a time, one play at a time. Don't get too caught up in the moment. Like, obviously, I'm so blessed I'm here, and I'm so thankful, and I kind of say that to myself each and every day and every play. But you know, if I make a good play, it's like, all right, next play. You know, if I make a bad play, if I do something wrong, but it's like, whatever, next play. So that's kind of my mentality. I've always kind of been taught that, and it's something that when I got here, I started to really realize, like, you got to do that here way more in college. In college, you can get away with being upset and having a bad practice, where here it's like, man, I got to make the most of every single day and every opportunity I get.
Does he kind of look like Zach Wilson? I probably shouldn't insult him like that. But he's got like Zach Wilson, BYU, I'm going to steal your mom kind of vibes.
I can't co-sign that, Joe. I can't sign off on that.
I don't know why my brain went there. When I think of Zach Wilson, it's kind of hard for me to think of anything else these days, you know?
Street Team Joe wants me to relay to you that he has a tremendous six-pack. That's what Street Team Joe's analysis of Effton Chisum are.
Oh, his six-pack is huge. Yeah, you never noticed? So back in the day, when I played ball back in the day, I was a lineman that used to stuff my shirt in my pads up top. So I let the belly out, baby. Like, go ahead, punch me in there. It's not going to do anything to me. That kind of thing. Well, the dudes who are like really good tailbacks and everything, all of them tucked their jersey under there and would just show their six-pack. And, dude, I would go for it. That didn't sound right? But listen, when that thing was exposed, baby... Never mind. Let's go to headlines. I'm Joe Murray here on the Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5. You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
It says he's 5'10". Is that considered short these days, guys?
In the NFL, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's not 5'10", by the way. He is not 190. He needs some Bon John. Turn me loose. You know, though, just a little Drake made a Effton Chisum. Like, is that the way it's going to get drawn up? Like, who else? Name another wide receiver to actually make plays. Go ahead. Waiting. Running. Lots of running. Lots of running. Is everything okay? Are we good?
I just wanted to get your attention.
Hi, Dennis. You definitely did. Imagine if it was me running down the hallway. What would it sound like? Did anybody hear those footsteps? Dennis Knudsen, everybody. I was telling him to let it loose, baby. Drake May's got to let it loose a little more. Anyways, what were we going to do here? We do have in or out coming up in a minute. Oh, we already did Cora cost them another game? I think we did that one, Skess. Sure. In, F'd in, or F'd out?
F'd in.
F'd in. F'd out. We'll do that next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
What's it gonna be, McFly? Are you in or out?
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
In or out here on 98.5 The Sports. We'll bookmark that one. All right, guys, in or out tonight.
Monday night edition of In or Out, Joe. Monday, August 18th, 2 weeks away from September. Joe Murray, we will start with some college football, as I believe week 0 is upon us this Saturday. It is here. But, Joe, we will start with former New England Patriot Cam Newton is getting his number retired at Auburn. I think this is an easy one. Joe Murray, are you in or out?
In. Thank the University of Florida for stealing those laptops, huh?
Is Cam Newton the best college football player of the last, 20 years?
Well, I think Tim Tebow is.
Cam Newton was better. Tim Tebow accomplished more. Tim Tebow had 15 pros on his team.
Correct.
Cam Newton had one, and it was Nick Fairley, and he barely lasted in the league.
I agree with that. In my brain, Tim Tebow's probably the best college football player I've seen. Maybe.
For me, it's Reggie Bush, Larry Fitzgerald, Cam Newton, those guys. Maybe I feel like Moneyball. One of those Wisconsin running backs was nuts in college.
In the 80s, people will tell you Doug Flutie. You knew I was going to drop that one on you. Yeah. And not to mention, he had that QB. Did he get the QB sneak against Oregon? They won, right?
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Cam Newton is going to get on the ballot for the Hall of Fame. He'll get votes. Don't think he's a Hall of Famer. But did he was he one of the first to truly be able to have that type of ability and be an MVP? Absolutely. But no doubt about it, Auburn should have retired that thing a long time ago. Should be number 2s on the field for their life. 2 best Auburn players are Bo Jackson and Cam Newton.
Jarrett Stidham.
Still in the league, baby.
Bo Nix.
Yeah. Yeah, in on that.
All right, Joe, we'll head to the NBA for this one. NBA on NBC is set to roll out Coast to Coast Tuesday, where the second leg of Tuesday night NBA doubleheaders will begin at 11 p.m. Eastern instead of 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Joe Murray, are you in or out on Coast to Coast Tuesday, moving NBA tip times back from 10:30 to 11?
I don't like it, but I understand it. The games always get pushed back to 10:40, guys. And how do I know this? Because when you bet a national game, it goes past it. The betting goes, all right, they're going to close the window at 10:29. And then it opens back up to 10:47, right? And then tip-off is right before then. It helps the betting audience. It gives a little bit of a post-game show. I'm sure that they get more inventory to sell, right? Because they've created a new deal. It's not ideal for us on the West Coast, but you know what? It takes away that ambiguity of the when are we going to start the next game kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm with you. 11's a little late, but for us, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world.
10:47,
yeah.
11. We're just go with 11.
Yeah.
How about 11 on the dot? Not 11:05.
That would be nice.
That'd be really nice.
That would be nice. And I don't think this will affect the Celtics too often. This is going to be a West Coast thing for the most part.
Just real quick, football, they start those next games 4:25 no matter what.
Always.
I love that.
Always.
Yeah, no, but I love that. The kickoff for NFL might be 1:03, right? Because they probably have the opening bed. Hey, we're here at wherever, coming up the kickoff next. Then they get 2 minutes of spots and boom. So, 1:03, whatever. Go ahead.
All right, Joe, we'll head to college football for this next one. Pete Thamel had this. The Big Ten has begun populating an expanded college football playoff idea, which could include 24 to 28 teams. Joe Murray, are you in or out on expanding the already expanded college football playoff?
I'm out, and the reason why I'm out, and I know nobody likes my take on this, Ohio State should have never been in the thing. They won it. But this is what the college playoff allows you to do, right? Get a shot in the tournament and win. And they did. So they deserve to win. But now, could this open it up for other people? Plus, wear and tear on college kids. They're thinking next level, and some kids are playing additional sports. I don't like it. Now, it doesn't. This is where college football, having the special whatever teams that they have, is good. I don't mind going to 8, 12, whatever. 24, out.
You're watering down the product too much at that point. Like, some of these teams are going to be bad.
But I do think, like, for example, in the end, Boise State didn't look like a team that belonged, right? Penn State did. Made a mistake, huge mistake late, but they looked like they belonged. Some teams, though, did not, right? Arizona State, well, I guess they won the first game, right, with Scatterbo, and then kind of... So I just... But it highlighted some teams. Too many teams, it won't do the same justice.
All right, Joe, head to Netflix for this next one. From the creator of Peaky Blinders, House of Guinness premieres September 25th. The head of the Guinness brewery is dead. Now his children must navigate power, rebellion, and scandal. Joe Murray, are you in or out on the House of Guinness coming to Netflix?
So I liked Peaky Blinders. I only saw a little of it. I liked what I saw. But does this kind of sound like, what's the other show that the old guy from Super Troopers?
Succession?
Succession. Isn't that what it's about? Like, who's going to take over?
Yeah, I think this is, now it's like an Irish beer version of Succession.
Okay, then.
Kind of in.
Done. All right. Hey, how can we not be in on that? Man, dude, there's only a few places I'd love to get myself a Guinness. But Doyle's and JP, which no longer...
If the texture is of an extra toasty burnt Cheez-It or like a bread that tastes like a Cheez-It, I think I'm in.
Bottom Cheez-It. And you flatten it, pound it, and mallet it.
Joe, you guys are the experts here. That's where I come to you two.
All right, Joe, how would you make this? Would we get Cheez-Its and pound them and flatten it out?
I think, yeah, I would have legit Cheez-Its as the crust.
Okay.
Just like burnt and put together.
But like, are we getting some dough to wrap a crust, or is it just all Cheez-Its?
I think it's all Cheez-Its.
All right, so we're pounding
Cheez-Its down. Yeah.
And then we put some sauce in there, right?
Yeah.
And we put some mozzarella all around?
Yeah, it will be like burnt edges.
Okay, and then we pop it in the pan.
Yeah.
8 minutes, right, Skez?
That cook time, imagine you can put that in the air fryer, I'm sure, Joe.
Yeah, but this might be a little bit bigger, right? Or is it like a South Shore bar pie?
It looks pretty big.
Or is it a round pie?
Looks like it's like a standard frozen, like a bigger standard, not a Celeste.
So it might be 428 minutes.
Yeah. But I'm not opposed if the crust also just it's dough, but it tastes like Cheez-Its.
And I appreciate Dennis witnessing this entire thing because it's fantastic. I know he would eat Cheez-It pizza. But you know what else?
Dennis would not eat Cheez-It pizza.
Not? What about Cheez-Its on a burger, Dennis? What if we made a burger patty of Cheez-Its on a burger?
What is wrong with you people?
Well, we're fat.
What happens here at nighttime? We all walk out the door at 5, 6 in my case. I don't know what time o'clock, and then this happens. Cheez-It pizza.
Yeah, but what content are you getting during the day?
That's a good point.
Like, what's the difference?
It's a solid point.
Like, what's the difference between what you get during the day to now?
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's no different than
this or that. Yeah. Do you want a Cheez-It pizza, or do you want,
I would never do that.
But you would. Okay, you love burgers.
I love burgers.
Well done.
No Cheez-It burger either.
Oh
no, I'm out. I am out on the Cheez-It anything except Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its out of the box in my hand and in my mouth. That's
one more for you. I once ran out of breadcrumbs and panko and etc., and I wanted to make some chicken parm. So I crushed up some Cheez-Its, baby. Got that flour, egg, and Cheez-It, and boom!
So now, this is an interesting question because you know what? You said crushed up out of the panko. I'm thinking baked macaroni and cheese with the Cheez-Its crushed up on top. That would be delicious. That would probably be really good.
I didn't even think that.
That would be delicious.
You just added something to the menu.
Absolutely. But the chicken parm, I'd give it a shot. I'm a chicken parm guy. You know that. I would give it a shot.
I know you're a chicken parm guy. Yeah. You know the best thing of how to find a chicken parm? You got to find a place that has good chicken parm.
And you know who I usually ask? The guy on the other side of the glass right here. Yeah.
A couple of places I can tell you about now.
All right, I'm gonna stop hijacking your show. Bye. Thanks for having me.
No, it's okay. Dennis Knutsen's always welcome. So, Joe, in on the Cheez-It pizza. Skaz, are you in?
The Joes are in. Everybody else is out, I think. I am out.
I thought you liked cheese.
Joe, I'm lactose intolerant.
By the way, that was sent from a listener.
Is that okay? I knew you found it somewhere.
A listener sent, "Hey Joe, are you in or out?" And I said, "You know what? I'm going to use this one." You know what, Joe? I'm going to buy some Cheez-Its. We're going to get some soft, some mini Zitzas. All right. All right, well, Dennis Knudsen made an appearance on In or Out tonight. And he wondered what we do here, but have you ever heard what the guys do during the day? I mean, geez. I feel like ours is a little bit more sophomoric, but at least we want it. All right, we'll hit the headline here. I'm Joe Murray, listening to 98.5 The Sports Zone.
From the Telfair Type Studios, WBZ-FM and HD1. It's not just the games. It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5 The Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, Red Sox. It's 4-0. Wow, I felt like more guys were running the bases. 4-0 they trail, though. Dustin May gave up all 4 runs. I wanted to fade them, but I didn't. And again, just another night of missing money that is rightfully available. Speaking of that, we're going to talk to the Boston Handicappers coming up in just a little bit. Patriots 2-0 now in the preseason. Drake May threw 2 interceptions today. That's not good. Joe Flacco will be the starter for Cleveland. Matthew Judon is signed with the Dolphins. 1 year, $6 million. Headlines are brought to you by Clinton Savings Bank. Are interest rates keeping you from buying a home? With Safeguard Mortgage, modify your rate once within the first 5 years. Apply at clintonsavings.com. Member FDIC, member DIF, equal housing lender, NMLS 422081. I'm Joe Murray, and I can read.
New England plays here.
Down the right side, there's a separation. Touchdown pass. Yes. Perfect dive from Drake May.
98.5 The Sports Hub.
Telling me all the weird things that they've done. I've told you guys about the General Gal pizza I've made before, right? I went to Kowloon, shout out. I got some dough, and I used all the General Gal sauce that I had. No, it was still dough. Maybe what I would do next time is maybe use like a bao bun. Like a bao bun as like a base, like a pizza. The other thing you could do is a dumpling. Could you use like a dumpling maybe, or something, some sort of flattener like that instead of the pizza dough? Anyways, but I did that once, and when I first ate it, I was like, this is great. But dude, like I ate another slice, and I was like, this is too much. So I don't know if I could do it now. But it was, I would cut the chicken up a little more too, and maybe change like a bao bun bottom. Bao bun bottoms. Could I sprinkle some Cheez-Its on it? Probably not. But I'm getting from people that one of the things they like to do is the spicy Cheetos on top of mac and cheese. So maybe instead of a buffalo mac and cheese, you roll the Cheetos on there. You know who loves Cheetos? And I've been trying to get with them. Maybe I'll text him like, dude, I want to do snacks with Max, and just whenever I see him, I'll just bring a snack, surprise him, and then we'll just sit down with a video and we'll just hang out. We don't have to talk about anything. We can just eat snacks. I mean, I want to talk to Jake about that one. Maybe we could get that as like a weekly thing, you know? Maybe like one day I just like, hey man, here's the whole Munchos line. Here's the regular. Here's the barbecue. Here's the, they made a ramen Muncho one night.
Joe, if you want Max, you know what has to happen.
Got to pay the piper, baby.
The man wants to be paid, rightfully so. That's our biggest obstacle.
You know what though? Do you ever like say, man, that Max? No, I'm always like, go get your money, my man.
Yes, he's the best.
I respect it so much. Could I feed him, though? Or does it have to... Can I feed him and put some paper in the old pocket? No, he'd be you know what Max would be? Instead of a shake the hand dap money guy, I think he's a top pocket guy, like one of these. It's just...
Right in the pocket protector zone there.
Good seeing you.
Your chest pocket there.
And he'd be like, what time next week, Joe? That's what he would say to me. What time next week? And I'd be like... Same time, 6:30. Snacks with Max. Anyways, we were going to do that Vrabel thing here. I don't know if it's in the system, Skaz. I'm putting you to work right now. But this Diana Rossini, we got a lot. We've got a lot of mileage out of that interview. The day she was here, between Kay Adams, I think Diana Rossini's got more content. I love Kay. Kay, you are fantastic. But Diana, she did it like this interview now, and I feel between Diggs and May and Vrabel and like everybody else she's talked to, there's like a lot of juice in there. But Mike Vrabel, he likes things or doesn't like things outside of football. There's a few things that really aggravate him. I can send it to you, Skaz, if you don't have it. But you always want to know, like, this is what Murray's Musings is all about, right? Murray's Musings is all about talking about things that really bother you. Well, there's one thing that certainly bothers Mike Vrabel, and I don't know, like, if I saw Johnny Gomes in a supermarket, I'd be concerned. Like, he's somebody I would truly be concerned about. So I just wanted to throw that in there as I'm looking for this audio that I know I sent, but I don't have it. Anyways, you know what he doesn't like? People who don't put their carriage back. Cart narc, right?
It's something you've had an issue with at Market Basket,
That's
I believe.
Right. Oh, someone put it sideways on an island. Like, you got to put it on top of the island? Like, a little island's fake anyway. You got to put it on there. It really pissed me off. And then the other one was people who go into Starbucks and park in the handicap spot. Ooh, there's a certain person out there, guys, that does that. I think they should be called out. Now, if Mike Vrabel comes out to you, what do you do?
I never want to be confronted by Mike Vrabel.
I would say, I'm sorry, Mr. Vrabel. I'll be right back.
I'm not parking in the handicap spot. No shot.
Big ticket, I've heard these days.
Oh, you know someone that's gotten one?
Oh, yeah, you can't park in a handicap spot. Kidding me?
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying you know someone that's done that.
I know someone that's done that, yeah.
That's a no-no.
Mm-hmm. Big ticket. Big ticket. Anyways. Well, this from Armando Salguero. The Patriots have made a call on Mr. Hendrickson. So this is why I brought up Keon White, guys. Would you trade Keon White and a second-round pick for Trey Hendrickson? Yes.
You would?
Yes.
Isn't he like 32?
I would.
I don't think this team's in a position where you should be willfully trading second-round picks. Now, you want to do Diggs and a third for McLaurin? That interests me more than a second.
Okay. This is maybe where could this be the smoke? Could this be the smoke? The Patriots say they're calling on Hendrickson, but really the smoke is on McLaurin. Ooh, I like that. All right. Well, I see a bunch of gamblers here. Guys who want to make bets. Why don't we ask them what they think about the old Hendrickson, Parsons, McLaurin deals? I see Dan Lifshatz in the house. I see Chris Thurston in the house. I see Julian Edlow here. They are the Boston Handicappers Network, and they'll be in studio next here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
still a thing?
You could just
we got
you could just use DraftKings Sportsbook. We got another mic, Aaron?
How do we get that mic on? There we go. See if you can talk into that one, Chris. No, the one you were just talking into.
There we go.
Hey, there we go.
Turned on the wrong one, buddy.
Always have a problem with
But
it.
back in the day, though, you could give someone a slip.
Yep.
But they could wash it out.
Yeah, no bookie bet slips. It's all done on the old internet now.
No, Dan. Au contraire, my friend.
Really? You
still
have
at some
bookie
old
bet-
school Southie bars. It still exists.
Really?
Mr.
I
Pickle.
see him at a few still.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. How about that? You know what? I trust my guy CT on that. That's like what you do down in Mexico. They give you like the bookie bet slips at the illegal books now.
I've been somewhere once where you can place a bet, and if you win, you could pick it up at the convenience store. Not locally, though.
That's great.
Yeah, not locally.
Not locally.
Yeah. Was that in another
That's
country?
phenomenal. Another place.
Another country?
Another place in the United States.
Oh, okay. All right.
In the United States.
Good for you.
Anyways, you guys are doing a podcast about college football?
Yeah, a group of 5 tonight. So we're doing Mountain West, MAC, AAC, Sun Belt, Fun Belt, and we'll get to the independents quickly as well.
What do you think of the
Pac-2, which is ridiculous?
What do you think of the suspension that came down from Michigan, and how will it impact their season?
It's not going to impact them at all, unfortunately. I mean, it sucks because as an Ohio State fan, I mean, obviously they got away with.
Yeah,
they got away with something.
Hey,
pretty obvious.
I'd take a $20 million fine to win a championship, wouldn't you?
100%, no doubt. Yeah,
and they're appealing it, by the way.
And Harbaugh's nowhere to be found.
That's right.
Just smiling in the background. Can't coach college football until 2028.
That's fine.
Yeah, he'll never coach college.
It doesn't.
Ever.
Not
that it matters.
That's when the suspension starts, Jules, because he's been serving another suspension.
Sorry, 2038.
2038.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
that's fine. He's gonna be retired by then.
Yeah.
He'll be in the booth.
He's coaching the LA Chargers for the next however long he wants to.
Well, health reasons, Dan. Of course, with him, that's his way out. Urban Meyer, that was.
They always have the health reasons.
I did see Coach O might be wanting to come back though.
See that.
Where would he end up?
He's got to be at this point a group of 5 guy.
Kind of like a Dan Mullen type deal.
Yeah, like a Dan Mullen, go back to UNLV. He's got to be like a higher end group of 5 guy.
Who's the sleeper? Texas #1 in the AP poll. There's got to be a sleeper out there, like someone that might not even be ranked yet. Maybe a late 20s rank. There's got to be someone that you guys are at least interested in.
Like the SMU of this year.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Right. Everybody keeps talking about that it's Illinois, and I'm not buying it, Joe. They return a ton of starters, kind of like the Oklahoma State team that the 3 of us were high on last year, and we saw how that worked out. It didn't work out well for the Pokes, Joe.
3 wins.
I just don't think that between Bielema and Altmaier that they're going to be able to just all of a sudden be this team in the Big Ten that just shocks everybody. I'm just not buying into the hype. So I guess to answer your question the wrong way, I'm probably down on Illinois when everybody is high on them.
I'm down on Clemson. Call me crazy. I like Klubnik. I think he's decent. I think he's fine.
I think he's good. Really good.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's good. For the level he's playing at. I can't buy an ACC team, #1. #2, will Clemson compete and make it and potentially probably make a playoff?
They're making the playoffs. Yeah,
sure.
they're making the playoffs.
I just am not as high as everybody else is.
Dude, there's Clemson fans trying to argue with us on Twitter consistently.
Argue with you.
Okay, for apologies. Argue with me that they have the best wide receiver room in college football, which is just, absolutely absurd. They might not even have a top 15 wide receiver room in college football. Like, they're around that area. If you want to make an argument in the top 15, sure, I'd be okay with that. But that's where they're around, and they're a good team, man. But the Clemson stuff is ridiculous. I think the Texas stuff is ridiculous this year. Like, people are way too high on basically a redshirt freshman. Like, he's basically a redshirt freshman
with no offensive line,
completely rebuilt offensive line,
and all new weapons,
and completely rebuilt defensive line. Like, they have a lot to do, and just call it how it is. Like, a coach who he was really good last year, but in general, like, he kind of crapped his pants in the biggest game and really didn't utilize his players very well, in my opinion.
Two keys to these week 1 games. Everybody's going to be watching Texas at Ohio State.
Yep.
That Ohio State defensive line at home going against Texas's offensive line.
I think is huge.
And a freshman. Essentially
and a freshman quarterback.
Yeah.
Or a first-year starting quarterback.
Yep.
I think that's huge to Buckeyes, Longhorns. And then the night game, I don't think Clemson is like you're saying, Joe, maybe a top 4 or 5 team. They are the best team in the ACC. And they are at home on Saturday night, week 1, against LSU. LSU's got the quarterback. They have the receivers. They do not have a very good offensive line. The offensive line in Phil Steele's magazine is ranked like 43, 44th in the nation. Clemson, you can argue, is a top 2, 3 defensive line in the country. That defensive line, that pass rush at home on Saturday night against LSU, I think that's the difference in that game. They're going to get after the quarterback. The quarterback, as good as Garrett Nussmeier isn't going to be able to make the throws, and that's why I think Clemson is going to get the week 1 win at home in that game. Also, Clemson now serving alcohol at home games.
Oh, so that is a big.
That's Saturday night.
That's important
home
info.
ABC primetime.
That's a
that
great
matters.
atmosphere.
Give me a bit more ruckus in
I would
that
love to
crowd.
go to a game down there.
That's a part of my handicapping right there.
So the Sunday game is Notre Dame, Miami. I saw some numbers that Notre Dame has never gone into the U and won. Yet they're 2.5-point favorites.
And I hear there's some trigger man problems with CJ Carr down there in practice. Joe, he's throwing a ton of picks, and it's not what they thought they were getting right now. And I know the season hasn't started yet, but they got problems right now, I think.
Carr has not won that job, though.
No,
Yeah, might go with another quarterback.
They haven't announced it yet. Angeli transferred to Syracuse. Yeah. I'll say this about the Notre Dame game and Miami game. If you look at basically the spread of Miami and compared to where their home field advantage is, basically calculating their home field advantage, Miami has a negative home field advantage in the past 5 years, meaning it's it's basically a neutral site game every time they play at home, which is brutal.
It's going to be
and if we're being real,
ND fans too.
Right? If we're being real, it's Notre Dame. It's Notre Dame coming down there. We saw Notre Dame fans travel down there for the Penn State game, which was in Miami, to go to the college football championship game. So that could be pro Notre Dame.
Yep. No, I think it's going to be a Notre Dame crowd.
As of right now, I like the Doggies, but we'll see.
I got nothing in that. I got nothing in that game.
It's going to be a Sunday night, Dan. You're going to be all over it when it happens.
No, probably not.
No,
probably
come
not.
on.
He always likes to say that, Joe. I'm with you. He's going to have something in that.
No,
he'll have something.
You know what? I won't say no, but right now I don't think I have a strong take in that game at all.
All right, the Boston Handicappers Network is here. Dan Lifshatz, everyone knows him. Chris Thurston, he's the middleman if you're watching on YouTube, middleman. And Julian Edlow, he is of the DK Network.
There you go.
You have
Very
a
good
new
job.
podcast.
Good job, Drew.
Yeah,
Good
DKN
job.
Daily Bets every morning, Monday through Friday, 15, 20 minutes. We're just talking to people in the sports betting industry every morning, getting some takes on what you should be betting that night, that weekend. I will say, in comparison to Boston Handicappers Network, it is opposite ends of the spectrum, because when Dan, CT, and I go on there, we're doing long form, here's everything you need to know for the week. This is more of a let's get at it in the morning and give you in Spark Notes what you want to know that day.
Spark Notes. Haven't heard that in a while.
I used that a lot in high school.
That was pretty good.
Spark Notes podcast.
Brings back
I didn't read any.
Just
of
had to get that in there for
Who reads books?
for Julian Edlow.
I haven't read in years. Yet I write every day. That's my job.
All right, guys. I
Probably shouldn't admit that on there.
Couple of NFL things. All right. This is non-betting, but I'm curious what the odds would be. The Patriots today, Elliott Wolf said he's open to potentially trading a first, second-round pick for a talent. There's 3 talents out there: Parsons, Hendrickson, McLaurin.
Yeah.
I don't see Washington losing McLaurin. I just don't. For their quarterback, Jaden Daniels would be stupid. Stupid.
I think that deal is done. It's been reported by
Yeah, I saw $30 million a year somewhere, and then I'm looking up this week, and it's still happening.
I think that deal's
So,
done.
anyways, now Armando Salguero, who I believe we had here one night, basically said that the Patriots have called.
Is he still working at the Dolphins? He's very, very good. Very good.
Is this going to be the new Red Sox thing? Like showed
Yeah,
interest?
they're the interest kings.
Yes,
Interest
you're
kings.
right.
We called.
That's literally what my take was. I feel like this is no. Thank you. You're validating me. This is smoke, right?
Yeah.
Hey, we're open, guys. We're open for business. It means you're
they're
desperate.
They're calling on players that they know they can't get, or they're not going to offer enough to get.
Yeah. Micah Parsons, I would.
No way, Parsons.
No. But what I'm saying
not
is,
getting
I would give up 2 first. I don't care what team in the league. I'd give up 2 first-round picks for Parsons. The Patriots can't give up 2 first-round picks for Parsons.
I couldn't agree more, Joe. So would I. Yep. But they're not going to.
The Packers sound like
They're not gonna
they
have the option
offered 2 first-round picks for Parsons, by the way. Sounds like that's like legitimately out there.
The thing, though, is as a fan or just people who watch sports, what's a better option for the Patriots, though? Is it Hendrickson at the low level? What if it was Keon White and a second-round pick or a third-round pick? Would you be interested?
Yes.
Okay, me too.
Yeah, 100%.
My thing is, does it move the needle, though, when really... I feel like the smoke on the Hendrickson is maybe to get some smoke on the McLaurin thing, even though maybe it's still not signed, sealed, delivered. Is that what the smoke's about?
No, I think they just need a pass rusher. I think Hendrickson is a very, very good one.
Okay.
Especially with the way the D was last year.
Yeah,
I mean,
Hendrickson's a potential. I don't think he's going to be a Hall of Famer, but he puts up big numbers.
But by the way, has anyone watched the first 2 preseason games? They can't stop the run.
Literally watching it right now.
It's
yeah.
like last year all over again.
The Patriots can't stop the run.
Yeah.
Yep. Bengals defense looks really good too.
Yeah, but you know what? The Bengals at least are going to tell you stop.
At least it was Jaden Daniels and not Sam Hartman.
Yeah.
But the thing I do, the owner of the
Or Howell,
Bengals, I hate.
There you go. Howell.
Howell.
Sorry,
Oh,
not Hartman.
my God.
I saw Hartman's in right now. That's why I saw
That's
Hartman.
Browning, my man.
Browning.
That's my guy right there. Back shoulder throw.
Washington. Isn't
That was
Hartman
actually
in?
a dime.
That's a huge.
That was a
Bengals
dime.
first half was a very popular play.
Someone may have ended up having.
CT and I talked about that one for a long time.
Who had Mitchell Tinsley anytime touchdown?
I have over in Bengals in this game, so any Bengals scores are very, very popular for me.
All right. Well, you guys hearing anything on Stephon Diggs?
No.
Nothing.
But Jules?
No, I'm not hearing anything, but I'm just going back. Not to put on the spot, I think it was Phil Perry that had a note.
A little back and forth with Vrabel, and then later on,
he
said
had
he's a pain in the posterior.
Right, had a little
Does that
note.
shock you, though?
No.
Divas
receivers are this type, right?
Yeah, correct. They do.
The note was
you got to know what
essentially-
you're getting yourself into.
Yeah.
Essentially, that he's a little more dramatic than a former number 1 wide receiver that's no longer a number 1 wide receiver, right? That's the takeaway of the take.
Give me the a-hole.
I'll take it. I'll take the talent.
Listen,
they need the talent.
I wouldn't be surprised if they're at the forefront of a little back and forth. They messed with him on the physical. He got his money. Now maybe he's slowed down. They're upset. I'm sure there's a little bit of back and forth, but this is the Stephon Diggs experience. You went and got him because you couldn't get anybody else.
Correct. Yep.
So now you got to deal with the a-hole.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yep. Joe, what about Chisum? You going to make the team?
We were just talking about it. I think so, man.
I think how can you can't leave him off the roster.
It's not so much here's the thing. Can he be a punt returner? Can he do something else?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, so that's how he's going to make the team.
Correct.
Yeah.
If he's just a slot guy, he's going to be one of the. I think if they cut him, he would get claimed.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
He had too much tape now. They played him too much, which was a massive mistake by them at this point, right?
Yeah, but if I look at it right now, we were doing this a little while ago, but I don't know Diggs' status, so I'm just going to leave him out for a minute. But really, it's Pop Douglas Booty, and it's
Hollins.
It's Hollins and Chisum because Bourne's hurt. Polk's hurt.
Bourne's getting cut, right? We all agree.
Or traded.
Yeah.
But the only reason why I look at it is the teams that generally they've had joint practices with, they do business with. The Vikings might need a wide receiver early on in the year, right?
Addison.
The 49ers already had him and they know him. Maybe he could go there. There's a relationship. So what I'm just saying is maybe there's holding him out for that reason. Polk's done, right? Baker is at least trying. It's just not getting done.
And Baker's actually looked decent.
No, you know what? He had 7 targets the other night. He had 1 catch.
They're probably going to.
He's a practice squad guy. He doesn't have enough tape that other teams are going to love him. I don't.
The Patriots are probably going to cut a receiver that gets claimed, regardless potentially, and that's not to say that they're.
If they trade Bourne, then probably not, right?
Well, okay, if they can trade Bourne, then sure, but not to say that they have a great receiver room, but they do have back end talent, I guess.
Yeah,
sure.
end of 4th and 5th guys that you can put on an active list. If
they
you have
some 5, 6, 7 guys that are somebody's not going to make the team, but they're good enough to be somebody else's 5th.
Gotcha. Any bets, guys? What can we bet on? What are we looking at? Do you want to? We can do some futures if you want here. I know there's plenty of preseason games this week. You're looking ahead to week 0 of college football.
It's college football on Saturday.
What do we got? What do we got?
Games. 5 games.
Let's talk about them right now. Let's pull them up. So this is week 0.
Oh yeah,
Oh my God!
Week 0 is Saturday.
You got a boy
Farmageddon at noon in Ireland on Saturday.
Let's go, Joe.
Kelly decided to fly out to Ireland for that one.
Wow. Boise State, South Florida. South Florida now an affiliate of Beasley Media. Did you know that? Top 25 team going on the road, 6.5 versus a team that's played well at home.
That goes to week 1.
That's next week.
Oh, you're looking at ranked. That's why.
My bad, guys. Anyways, I am interested in South Florida in that one, by the way. So this is this weekend. What do we got here? What are you guys looking at? Kansas? At home?
I see you repping a little bit of Hawaiian pattern over here, Joe. That'll transition us right into...
Little Stanford? Hey, listen. Hawaii plays different on the island. That's all I know.
Hell yeah, baby.
Bengals scored again. This is going to be 28-14 halftime score
That's
out of nowhere.
They're building a brand new stadium, they announced, too, Hawaii. So
Still not done.
The three of us took Hawaii very early. We got 3. It was 2.5 most places. However, plus 3. Yeah. It's now Hawaii laying 2.5.
Well, 1.5.
But
got hit.
Okay, so Hawaii's like minus 125-ish money line week 0. I'm good with that. On the island, I'm very down on Stanford. Andrew Luck's the GM. They had to clean out the coach for a scandal. Frank Reich, good NFL coach, but he's in there doing Andrew Luck a favor, kind of placeholding until they get the next guy. They lost a lot of top-end talent that transferred out. Yep. Hawaii, I think, improved very much. They're at home. Their big week 1 game last year at home was UCLA. They were getting 14. They almost won the game. They lost by 3.
Yep.
Covered, didn't win. A team like Stanford, I think, compared to UCLA, this is one where they get over the hump. Hawaii gets the win week 0. That's my favorite week 0 play.
Hawaii's better. Not to mention Timmy Chang's team. They're better this year too. That's going to be a significantly improved team. Stanford loses their best wide receiver to the NFL. They lose their quarterback. He transfers out. They have a new coach, 2 new coordinators. They lost half their team to the portal, which is just, again, another thing in the group of 5 and the lower Power 5 teams is there's just no more continuity in college football. So you're going to see a lot of upsets early on, I think, is one of the things that people aren't talking about. You're going to see, because you don't know. You don't know any of these guys because it's just these guys haven't played. So I think Stanford's in a world of hurt this week.
Iowa State's a dog going on the road opening day. Kansas State.
Ireland.
It's in Ireland.
Oh, my God. You just literally said that.
I was trying to tell you that.
When the hosts aren't listening. But wait,
it is on the road.
Who does this favor?
I mean, it's great for Iowa State, right? They don't have to go to Kansas State. They don't have to go to Manhattan. It's great for them.
It's huge for Iowa State not having to go to Manhattan.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter for the game necessarily. It matters for their season outlook where they dodge a really difficult road game.
I have a slight lean to K-State. I made the game around 3.5. It's K-State minus 3. Yeah. I like Chris Kleiman. A lot of people picking K-State to win the Big 12. Joe. Got a great running back. A lot of talk about Avery Johnson. The kid's got potential. They could be a high-powered offense, K-State.
Oh, Rocco Beck.
It's not a play for me, but Beck lost 2 huge weapons at the wide receiver position from last year, and I think that's going to be a problem for Beck.
What else, guys, for this weekend? I know Fresno, Kansas. What about a little Sam Houston State? Any love for them?
Dan's usually all over those.
I got nothing in the CUSA game. I do like Kansas this week. I haven't played it yet, but I do lean Kansas. Made the number around 14-ish. So I'm close to playing them. Again, Jalen Daniels last year was hurt the back end of last year, and that's why Kansas really struggled because he was hurt. And not to mention, I think they have maybe one of the top 5 coaches in college football, and I love what Kansas brings to the program. I think they're going to be significantly better again if Daniels can stay healthy. Fresno is breaking in basically new everything, so this is going to be again, I think a down year for Fresno, or at least early on a down year for them. So they're breaking in new quarterback, new coach, etc. You know what I mean? So this is going to be. I like Kansas early on in the early one.
You guys mentioned Dan Mullen. It's getting a crack this weekend. Is UNLV? Why do I feel like they're overhyped?
Because of the year they just had last year. We were just talking about this, and they virtually returned almost no starters this year from that last year's team that went 9-3, and now you bring in all these Power 4 transfers with a new head coach who's been out of the game for a long time, Joe. And I don't know how it's going to be able to just all of a sudden work, and you're going to compete with Boise to win the Mountain West. I just don't see it. I'm down on them this year.
We're all collectively down on them. Again, UNLV, new coach, both new coordinators.
Remember their quarterback opted out
Holy
Shoot for
Cross
the money,
guy.
yeah.
Sluka.
Yeah, you went
James
he's at
Madison
JMU
now.
this year.
Good for him. He
Yeah.
got paid and is going to win
But
some
they had
games.
Hodge Malik Williams. He's gone.
Yeah.
Their quarterback's Calandria this year, the kid from Virginia, and they brought Alex Orji from Michigan.
That's right.
Sucks.
Yeah,
That
he-
is-
I did not
They're
like him.
competing right
Yep.
now still.
But they lost White. They lost Ricky White to the NFL. DeJesus was their second best guy. They lost the entire offensive line. UNLV. They lost their entire defensive line. They lost their entire secondary almost. Like they're in a world of hurt. And Mullen kind of failed in college last time he got a job there. He's been in media for
Been on ESPN.
Yeah.
The last how many years?
Like-
Now he's going to come in and change it.
It doesn't feel great if you're backing UNLV. I mean, again, I'm not saying they're going to lose this week against Idaho State. I'm just saying, like, in general, long-term outlook is not exactly great for them.
Joe, I'll give you a little something that you'll enjoy because
Yeah.
I told these guys earlier this morning. So Dan and I get some pretty good Ohio State information, and I'm like, this is like legit info.
Can confirm the sources about as good as it gets.
Talked to my guys this morning, and as you know, Joe, Matt Patricia is now the defensive coordinator for Ohio State, which is pretty wild, right? They lose Jim Knowles, who is one of the best current defensive coordinators in all of college. He goes off to Penn State. Him and Ryan were not getting along at all, not seeing eye to eye. Knowles was upset that Ryan wanted too much to do with the defensive side of the ball. Anyways, he loves what Patricia has done with this defense. They're getting along great. He thinks that it's going to be a great fit. He thinks that they're going to have one of the best defenses in the country that he's ever had since he's been at Ohio State. And a lot of people are also sleeping on the running backs because you lose Henderson, you lose Junkins to the pros. Now it's two guys that no one probably knows. It's James Peoples, who was on the team last year. He actually played in like 8 games, got some garbage time, right? Yeah. And C.J. Donaldson, who transferred from West Va.
Who kind of sucked, which was weird. But he might have been the offensive
apparently
line.
He's looked great in camp.
Offensive
and
line
they aren't
issues.
worried at all, and they're in love with Sayin. I know it took a long time for him to name the starter, Joe, but he just did that because Ryan really liked the kid Lincoln who was competing with Sayin. He's just a big Ryan Day guy who gives it his all, and he's been in the program for 2-3 years, and so he wanted to keep him around and not make it out so Sayin's just kind of walking around campus all cocky. But they're really hyped about this team, and with all the Arch Manning talk, Joe, I like the champs.
I was just going to say
next
that
Saturday. Or
I would
week
put
one.
I would put my money on Ohio State over Texas right now.
Same, and I already did.
First time.
Yeah, I'll
First
give that
time
out right
number
now.
one.
Ohio State minus 2.5 is a play for me.
First time number 1 has been a week 1 underdog. Because why would number 1 be a week 1 underdog?
I bet under in the game because I think that Ohio State's defense, again, as CC is talking about, is being wildly and criminally underrated because I am the new defensive coordinator there, and so because of that,
So where does Matt Patricia get a coaching job?
I kind of think he might be a good defensive coordinator
might be a
there.
good
Like,
fit for
remember,
him.
remember Chip
Yeah.
kind of flamed out in NFL,
Yeah,
and
became an offensive
everyone, he was a laughing stock. Comes over to college football, he was awesome last
Yeah,
year.
he was.
So I kind of think Patricia again, not the same
And
thing.
the
but I do
Patriots
think
will see
Patricia-
him week 1, right?
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
I do think Patricia's going to kind of be like decent.
Listen,
in
Patricia
college.
knew what he was. He faced
okay.
a lot. He faced a lot of battles.
100%.
Again, he was terrible in Philly. To be fair, he was bad.
He was a
in
team
Philly.
player and moved to the offense. It ruined his career.
It did. It really did, Joe. Absolutely.
And you know what's funny? Anybody that knows Matt, I know we're with sports guys, but anyone who knows Matt Patricia knows that he's an intelligent guy who knows his stuff.
Yeah,
I agree.
He just probably believed he could also do everything.
100%.
Which is, I think I could do a lot. I think I can lose 100 pounds.
Well, Bill Belichick tells you can do it. You can probably do it, right? You probably start to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
I want the smoke.
Right.
You pump me up. I'll believe anything. All right, we'll let you guys go. So the Boston Handicappers podcast, I see it on Spotify or wherever you guys post it, right? Is that
That's
where
right.
it is?
It's available everywhere. Everywhere. you listen to
Everywhere.
podcasts. Yep.
All right. Well, hey, guys, when you let me know when you're here, we can lock in a time every week and we can do this. How do you feel about that?
I'll be here. It's these two. It's these two that you gotta.
No,
you
it's
gotta
fine, Will. You can rotate it. Give me one. I like the three of you at once.
That's fine. You can have Dan.
Sadly, I'll always be here for the listeners.
Sadly. Somebody did say they thought they heard Steve-O on the radio, but it was just you.
That's right, Steve-O.
Steve-O. I haven't heard that one before. That's pretty good.
I need a few more cigarettes, and you can go.
Hey, do you think we could get a sit down with you and Hollins to talk about grounding?
Dude, 100%. I think that I'm not. Is he like a grounding guy, or is he just like?
He's a real grounding
No,
guy.
I know, but I mean, is it because he says because everyone's soft? I'm not sure if he's a.
I don't know, but he walks to the games with no shoes.
No, I know that, but I think he says because it's everyone's soft, not because necessarily it's a.
Oh yeah, it was cold in Buffalo, and he walked with no shoes on.
No, I know that.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I don't know actually, Dan. Now maybe that's why we have to have the sit down.
Okay, well now I want to.
He also believes in aliens, which I love.
Okay.
He did a whole thing on it. We did a whole thing on it too. It was very very interesting. All right, we got to go to a headline. There's fights going on in wrestling. There's stuff going on over here. The Red Sox stink, and the Boston Handicappers Network. Where can everybody find you guys again?
Yeah, on Twitter at Boston Handicap with 2 P's.
Handicap, no PP though.
No PP, just handicap.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe when games really get going, we'll be able to discuss them and give out picks. But you guys gave out a few.
I mean,
Hawaii,
I'm very happy with what you guys did.
Hawaii money line. I'll say I like Kansas. I'm laying the points with Kansas this week and Hawaii money line. There you
And
go.
Ohio State minus 2.5 week 1.
I want to fade Dan Mullen. Give
There
me
you go.
27.5 for the Idaho.
You can do that.
Let's go.
All right,
You'll get a better number.
They're probably going to kick their ass, but
I don't think so.
I'm going to go with the dog.
I bet you Idaho State covers that game.
Well, thank you.
28.5. I bet you is the closing.
Thank you
number
for
on that one.
believing in
I
my
like
pick.
Idaho State.
All right.
Thanks for always having us, Joe.
Guys,
We
thank
appreciate
you
it.
guys.
Thanks, Joe.
The Boston Handicappers Network. Did I say that right?
Yep.
All right, I said it right.
There you
Boston Handicappers Network.
Look at you
Stan
on a roll
Lipschitz,
tonight.
Chris Thurston, Julian Edlow from the brand new podcast of what again?
DKN Daily Bets on DraftKings Network. There you go.
All right, we'll get to the headline. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius.
Oh, yeah. Notre Dame's 2.5-point favorites on the road in Miami. Carson Beck's the quarterback of Miami.
He stinks, doesn't he?
Georgia's quarterback last year.
Well, there's a reason he's not anymore.
Drives a lot of cars, I saw.
Well, who doesn't that goes to Georgia, unfortunately, Joe?
Well, he's got rings. He's got a lot of ladies, from what I gather.
I think that might be not going so great for him lately either.
You're right, Skez. He's got to protect himself in more ways than one. Speaking of that, why don't we hit the headline here? Do we have a break? Or we
No break. So we're back. Just a headline here.
We'll hit the headline.
There is something we need to discuss at some point tonight, Joe. Something that happened over the weekend that was a spectacle. That some viral clips I saw.
Can we do it in musings? Was it about me?
Not about you, no. An event you watched that I saw some great clips from.
Let's do it in musings. We got the musings after the headline here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
From the Telter Type Studios, WBZ FM and HD1. It's not just the games. It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5 The Sports Hub. Paisley Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines. Presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Well, the Red Sox are making it interesting over at Fenway Park right now. They trail 6-3, bottom of the ninth inning. They're threatening. So we'll certainly have more for you. Dustin May got the start, though. The bullpen again had another tough night. Nathaniel Lau, though, he got on base in this one. Patriots 2-0 this preseason. Drake May, 2 interceptions today, not good. Joe Flacco, the Browns starter, and Matthew Judon is signed with the Dolphins. Headlines. They are brought to you by John Sewer and Drain Cleaning, 24-hour on-call service for your clogged drain emergencies. Go to johnsewer.com. I'm Joe Murray.
If you've got the app, you've got Toucher and Hardy to wake you up no matter where you are.
Or who may or may not have been to jail.
Get the app. The 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
They were all there. I saw the Miz there. Everybody was there that you could think of. And I hung out with Sarge Mike Riley and Kevin Lemanowitz of Fox 25 all night long. It was funny when we took a picture. I go, wow, we can get news, traffic, weather, and sports right here if we had to. He did. But it was cool. And I will say this. Our Truth song is called What's Up. That's his, big song. Dude, the place went nuts when he played What's Up. The whole place was yelling, What's up? What's up? It was cool. What did I do Saturday? Oh, I had a card show. Do you know who was sitting across from me at the card show? I think Fred might have mentioned this. I heard someone mention it to me. But one Milo Toucher was at a table across from me, slinging his cards. And I got to tell you, he's a profit guy.
That's impressive. A young entrepreneur out there.
He is a profit merchant.
I respect that.
He's also taller than me. He's a big kid. Could eat a little bonchon if he wanted to bulk up a little bit, but
need to get him on the Joe Murray weight program.
I could definitely help him out with that. But yeah, he was flipping cards. I ran into a bunch of people this weekend, a bunch of sports fans that just wanted to say hello. And many people were like, I like that little guy you're with. How do you know he's little? They think you're little.
That's fine with me, Joe. There's plenty of worse things to be called.
We don't even have a camera for you. How do they know? They're like, that little guy's funny. And I'm like, which
little guy? What is Tommy Heinsohn? You talking to Tommy over the weekend?
Just do that. And then I was here with Matt McCarthy. We worked Patriots postgame. And at that point, it was like I got home. It was late, but it was a busy weekend. My body hurt from lifting lots of boxes. You did the same, right, this weekend? You lifted a lot of boxes?
I had to help my uncle move yesterday. Yeah, that was brutal, but what are you going to do?
It was
what family's for.
It was hot.
3 flights of stairs. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, did you pivot? And I'll pivot.
Oh, a lot of pivoting, yes. Couches, yeah, it was brutal.
Pivot. Anything happened? Like any news stories out there or anything from this weekend? Oh, I got one. Here, let me throw this one at you. Street Team Joe, you can get in on this too. You know how I said you were the little guy? Oh, I
you didn't say.
People
Joe.
called you the Logan.
Yeah, that's fine with me. It's not totally inaccurate.
I'm not a fan of when someone calls me a nickname.
Pal.
Now, I do call people buddy, bro, dude, homie.
I think when I know you're done with a caller is when you give them the bro.
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 So there's actually the worst casual nickname to be called odds of what's off limits. The favorite, believe it or not, is buddy.
Yeah, I disagree with that strongly.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, but that's almost, that's not the worst.
Okay. What about pal?
Pal to me is worse than buddy.
Chief.
Chief is worse than both of them to me. If someone's calling you chief, that's a slap in the face there.
Bud
Bud and pal are almost synonymous with me. Yeah, Bud. All right, pal.
Street Team Joe, what happens when people call you big guy?
Oh, it gets on my nerves. But most of my friends call me Big Joe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Big Joe or Ketchup. They call me Ketchup.
Of course they do.
In senior year, high school, I spilt one of those huge, you go over to the side where the condiments are, and I spilt a huge ketchup carton, like all over, like lid off, like pounds of
ketchup smell doesn't go.
Pounds of ketchup fell on top of me.
Joe, are you familiar with The Office?
Yes,
this was like a Kevin Chili
it's like
situation.
a Kevin Chili situation, but with ketchup, and like the whole school laughed, and so I just got the nickname Ketchup, and it kind of just stuck forever.
We had a buddy who emailed everybody that there were freeze pops in the freezer, and now we call them freeze pops. It's no longer here, but we still know them.
I think I'd take freeze pops over ketchup though. I don't know.
Like Penis Jr.
Well, yes, yeah. Nobody
Did
wants
you hear about that one, Joe?
Nobody
I did,
wants
yeah.
that.
It was on the news. But were you guys were just talking about, Katie and I have discussed that before, in terms of like, okay, if a girl was calling
Intern Katie.
Yeah,
Right,
intern
okay.
Katie. If a girl like calls you buddy, you're so far in the friend zone.
Oh, you are friend zone.
No, if she calls you bro, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Dude, like, oh my God.
Dude is like,
yeah.
why aren't you paying attention to me, dude? Why don't you
Yeah.
get it,
The
dude?
worst one is like king. If a girl calls you king, yeah, then she probably
Kendrick
thinks.
calls King a lot.
Yeah, she probably thinks you're like playing for the opposite. Team.
Well, I did not know that. Pipsqueak. Pipsqueak out.
That's not even like real. Like, who was saying
what a little
that, though?
pipsqueak.
Oh, yeah, that pipsqueaker was pretty funny, Joe.
This isn't on the list, but I would have brought up Scooter.
Scooter.
Scooter is a wicked.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone call anyone
out
Scooter.
on Scooter. Champ.
Champ.
What's up, Champ?
Champ. Hey, Champ.
Hey, Sport.
Guy.
What's up, Guy?
Hey, Guy.
And finally, Boss.
Boss man.
Now, you know what I get that I don't like? You guys have probably heard me. Sometimes I say have at it, Hoss, because I think it's from a movie. But anyways, when I get called Hoss, dude, I'm pissed. Like, who are you to call me?
Chief, Bud, Buddy, Guy. Like, those are the big ones to me.
Ooh, Slugger.
Slugger.
What else, Riz? What do you got in there? I see him in the chat.
Oh, Riz hanging out late night. Love to see
Hasselhoff?
that. Hasselhoff? Is that what you said?
Anyways. Well, what did you want to discuss?
What about Dog?
What's up, Doug? That's a no for me, Doug. Kind of like that kind of thing.
Randy Jackson there. What I wanted to discuss, Joe, was there was an event this weekend, a wrestling event that I was unfamiliar with, was taking place.
Well, you did ask me about it one night.
Yes, so that I didn't know what it was last week, and then I said, "Hey, Joe, what is this? What is AAA Mania that's occurring this weekend?" You told me it was like Mexico's version of
Lucha Mexican wrestling.
WrestleMania. So I'm on Twitter on, was it Saturday night, and Omos is a man I'm familiar with.
Omos played at South Florida basketball.
He is one of the largest
7'4" in the world.
Like
7'4".
He's a spectacle of a human being. In this clip of how do you say Omos?
Omos, I think, stands for giant figure. I think is what it stands for.
Amos and Microman wrestled at AAA Mania, and the video has over 120 million views in the first 24 hours. This guy Amos is 7'4", like you said, and Microman is not exaggerating, 3'5" ish.
He's 3'3".
Okay, so there you go. He's 3'3",
and it truly is a lucha wrestler.
Yes, he's a real wrestler.
Just 3'3".
And them two in the ring together it only lasted, to be expected, a couple 90 seconds, maybe a minute, 2 minutes, but it was tremendous. And like I said, talk about going viral, 120 million views in the first 24 hours. If you've not seen the clip, I would recommend going to Twitter, and Omos is OMOS. You just type his name in, it'll come up. He throws this poor gentleman out of the ring at one point. He does it safely, but if anything even went remotely wrong here, he could have killed him.
The referee was definitely attentive. So he came. They had 14 people in like a Royal Rumble set, kind of like Battle Royal, and Omos was just throwing everybody out of the ring because he's so huge. But a guy like Omos gets over in like Japan. And
he was huge in Japan.
That's what I'm trying to say is that
he can move though a little bit.
Yeah, he's a former basketball player, so his real name's Jordan. I met him, but he's green bananas, guess. He's a 7'4" guy that they drag out to the ring that really. He's athletic, but he's still stiff in the ring, But
to me, there's a spot in wrestling for that guy.
Exactly.
You need giants. You need guys that are larger than life.
Yes, like the great Khali was a champion, but he was 7 foot, whatever he was, and was humongous, and he was loved, loved. But yes, there is a. So yeah, they brought the what was his name again?
Microman, I believe. I'll double check.
So when Omos came to the ring, Microman was kind of hiding, and Omos gets in the ring and somebody kicks him, but he looks and he can't see anything.
That classic old bit,
and he looks down and he's like, "What?" And then the guy goes off the ropes and he kicks him, and I go, "Oh boy, that's not good." And the ref's like, "You okay?"
He's
like, "Yeah."
Pretty good kick too.
It was a good kick. And then he literally just throws him over the head like Rocky 3 when Thunder Lips throws Rocky into the crowd. It was bigger than that. Yes, you're right. And then after the match, he held him on the shoulder like, good man. And now people are talking about a tag team.
In on that. Now that's wrestling. I'm in on that.
Thank you. Now, yes, story. It's all about the storylines.
Give me some moments. That's just a moment.
Let him run around and let Omos do all the other stuff.
Perfect. In.
New champs.
He's jumping off almost his shoulders or something.
But think of how viral that went.
Yeah, it was everywhere.
This is what they're doing now. They're trying to reach you guys. They're trying to reach the guys that don't watch. Anyways. What else is going on in the world? Oh, by the way, what was a big discussion at the card show this week? How alcohol sales have gone down and marijuana sales have gone up. People were like, dude, that was a great bit. I go, no, it wasn't a bit. That was real. No. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah. They're like, that's true. I haven't drank in a while, but I did have an edible last night. I'm like, there you go. See? That was a big topic of discussion this weekend when I was out.
Hey, the Joe Murray Show sent water cooler talk. I like that.
Yeah. I know. Anyways, we should probably get to birthdays. August 18th. Oh, man, we're cruising.
Cruising, Joe. It is Edward Norton's 56th birthday today.
Oh, what's your favorite movie?
Oh, that is a good... Do you know he was born in Boston?
I think I heard that before. Okay, American History X is probably my favorite. And again, I don't condone to any of the actions in the movie, okay? But, man, their Fight Club, that was very, very good.
Rounders
was great. There was one I just watched him in. What was that? It just came out.
Primal Fear is a good... did you watch Complete Unknown, the Bob Dylan one? He plays...
That's what it was. Yeah, he played Bob Dylan's manager.
Yes.
That's what it was. He was great in that, by the way. Oh, Ed Norton had a hell of a run, though, if you really look at it.
He's a good bad guy.
Are him and Brad Pitt friends? Like, how did all that come about?
Just a couple famous guys, probably just cross and pass over the years. The Italian Job, that
was
decent
all right.
movie.
It
Yeah,
was fine, right? It was fine.
Marky Mark is in that one.
How old is he?
He's 56, Joe.
Oh, by the way, Hooch is checking in again. He said kid is the worst. When someone goes, hey, what's up, kid? Oh, that was a wicked Boston thing. What's up, kid? What's up, kid? What's up, kid was either starting trouble or someone who hasn't seen you in a while, right?
Feels like something like my uncle says to me
Like,
or
what's
something.
up, kid?
Yeah.
So the best NCAA football player was. What about Vince Young? I remember being in awe watching him play in college. He was great.
Vince Young was awesome.
That was one of the best games I ever saw, USC versus Texas.
Unbelievable.
Haas and Little Joe are both from Bonanza.
No shot he knows what Bonanza is. No shot.
Penis Jr. is probably worse than Boss or Chief.
Would agree with that. I think that's safe to say.
Other birthdays today. Oh, I clicked
It is
the wrong one.
Christian Slater's birthday today,
Ooh,
Joe.
He was in a great movie called Radio I watched.
He is also 56 years old.
Wow. All right, let me give you a list here. Robert Redford, 87 years old today. How about Christian Slater, as you mentioned, 54. Edward Norton's 54. Andy Samberg, 45 years old. Maya Mitchell?
These ages are wrong, but the days are right.
Okay, great.
I like that.
Madeline Peach. Somebody big's birthday? Malcolm Jamal Warner's birthday. Dude, it's happened again. We can't have deaths near people's birthdays anymore. Can't have it. Andy Samberg was Boats and Hose, right?
No, that was Step Brothers.
Oh, that was
Andy
Step
Samberg
Brothers.
is Lonely Island.
There you go.
Penis in a box,
There you
Joe.
go. Yeah, yes,
Penis
yes.
Junior in a box for
Forgot
those.
about that.
Yeah.
I mix those up every once in a while. Who else?
It is Dennis Leary's birthday today.
That's right, of Pride of Worcester, Massachusetts, I believe. I've met Dennis Leary only because I used to work with Steve Sweeney. Him and Lenny Clark are like homies.
Yeah, they're both in Rescue Me.
That's right.
I believe.
Yeah.
Jeremy Shockey's birthday today.
Did you know Dennis Leary was, I believe, the dad in The Sandlot?
That sounds, yeah, he's playing catch with them in the front yard.
he's the one with the
you
Babe
like
Ruth.
think he's a jerk at the beginning, and then you realize, yeah,
Like,
he's
hey,
just,
dude, you took his Babe Ruth ball.
yeah, exactly.
Like
as you grow up, you're kind of on his side. You're like, oh man.
As you got older, you're like, man,
I'd be pretty miffed about that too.
Happy birthday to Frances Bean Cobain, 33, and I cannot believe that. Just straight to Joe's mouth just opened up. Who did she marry again? Taylor Hawkins' kid? Not Taylor Hawkins. No. The other, Tony Mull, rest in peace. That's all I got, man. Anybody else?
Caitlin Olsen. It's Always Sunny. It's her birthday today. I'm looking, Joe. I'm not seeing much else. Cam Smith, golfer on Live. Nobody cares. That's about it.
I'm on a boat is what I was thinking of.
Close. Directionally correct.
Boats and Joes, everybody. Boats and Joes. It's pretty easy to get those crossed up, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like the Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. Let's go to break. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
Visit the 99 restaurant Monday through Wednesday for their newest big deal meal, the crispy fried twin catch with North Atlantic cod and crispy shrimp. Just $14.99 every Monday through Wednesday. You gotta love the Nines.
Join 98.5 The Sports Hub and Coors Light for a New England football viewing party Thursday from 7 to 9 at the Nash Casino inside the Pheasant Lane Mall in Nashua. The Nash Casino is the place to enjoy a Coors Light and watch New England football all season long. Must be 21 plus to enter. Gambling problem? Call 603-724-1605 or visit nhproblemgambling.org.
At Meineke, doing car.
trades are worse? What trades are working? What trades aren't? So our friends over on YouTube, I'll rephrase that for everybody. The Red Sox have made multiple trades. The Rafael Devers trade, the trade for Dustin May, and Steven Matz. As of today, August 18th, the return on all of those trades has impacted the team negatively. I like Steven Matz overall, but the home run yesterday hurt big time. Dustin May had one nice start, but he's had two bad starts. Jordan Hicks stinks. They already traded the other guy.
Jordan Hicks is bad at throwing a baseball, and that's his one job. He let up 2 runs again in the ninth tonight.
Tonight? I didn't even, because we were probably
like a game that could have been close.
You're right,
Red Sox rallied a little bit.
Yeah, you're right.
But he's been absolutely brutal.
What's worked? Name a this is on Breslow. We can get on them not making more moves now, looking at what their bullpen's made of. What worked?
Off-season moves, good. In-season moves, bad.
Isn't that the Don Sweeney way?
Oh, man. I don't know if that's a guy you want to be compared to, but yeah.
Don Sweeney makes good trades.
He has made some good trades. I'll give him that, yes.
It's easy to spend money on big guys.
I think
you know what I'm saying?
The Bruins have spent more money than the Red Sox, it feels like, in recent years. People just haven't liked what the Bruins have spent money on.
I don't mean to cross sports. I'm just trying to say that there really isn't a GM here that, and we can get on Elliot Wolf if you want to, but like, is there a GM? Brad's been good. Brad had to sell pieces this year, though.
We're going to find out how good Brad is now that his hands are tied.
Yeah. But as of right now, he's the best right now. And we'll see what it's made of. But he's made the best moves, no doubt. But this Breslow thing, it's unfortunate that they can't get a return. They can sell people, but they can't judge talent bringing them back. You know what I'm starting to wonder, man? Remember I talked about, maybe this is, I know I like this guy because I got his cards. Or the Password Garcia thing is really more about a right-handed hitter that can maybe be a little bit like, hey, if he's not a starter every day, fine. But could he be like that fourth outfielder and maybe help out at first every once in a while? I don't want to give up on guys like that. But at this point, wouldn't you rather those guys than acquiring some of these other people in trades? Like, I don't know. I feel like the young guys have worked out. Anyways, your thoughts, 617-779-0985. Can see Dennis is about to leave the building. He's a hard-working man. No, he's not. He's going back now. Now he's coming into the studio.
I'm coming in to say goodnight to you, buddy.
Hey, you know what? Good night. We handshaking or fist pumping?
Pleasure to see you.
It's a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
I think I'm with your son this week. Friday.
Is that the 4th?
This Friday, whatever that is.
This Friday?
I think so. Maybe we can communicate about this another time if you'd like.
Yeah, I think it's in a couple weeks.
Oh, okay then. Maybe hey, see, I just saw the handshake on YouTube. There we go. Dennis Knutson, everybody.
Talk soon, buddy.
All right. Anything else to add there, Skez?
You're not a big Nathaniel Lau guy, Joe? Lowe, whatever you want to call him?
What happened? Did he get on base today?
He did draw a walk today.
All right. It's better on base percentage than Toro. Anyways. All right. Well, do you want to talk about this?
Realignment, Joe.
Realignment talk.
Can I just give you one thing on Nathaniel Lau?
Yeah, give me one.
First baseman, right?
He plays with a left-handed glove, I believe.
Had to bring him in. Need a bat.
Yeah.
Now I'm not a Tyler Milliken, a Luke Fitzpatrick, even a big baseball guy. But what I've learned about Nathaniel Lau, Joe, not a good locker room guy. And that's part of the reason he's been at some short stints in other places. So I just a little, Schadenfreude. I don't know, a little.
So you're
irony
saying that the Nationals said goodbye to him because he wasn't a good teammate.
There are reports saying things of that ilk where he has had issues in locker rooms prior. So it's just You got rid of the $330 million bad locker room guy, and now you're reeling in August. And look, I'm fine with I hate the Devers return. The return is awful. The baseball part of it absolutely sucks, but getting out of the contract, I understand. All that, yada, yada. But just the fact that now they have to bring this guy in who reportedly isn't always great in the room, I just find that interesting. Maybe if you, I don't know, got another reliever and an actual bat at the deadline, maybe you win tonight. Maybe you win another game over the weekend. Who's to say, Joe?
So 0-1 in the Nathaniel Lau era.
That is correct.
And we still don't know if it's Lowe or Lau.
It's Lau, I believe.
Okay, okay. I remember him with Texas. He hit a lot of home runs. Do you know what I feel like? He's all arms, not body. Like when he hits the ball, it's like if he just put a little more oomph in it, he'd
drive. You're saying drive line, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, he's a loafer.
Oh, you don't want to be a loafer.
You don't want to be a loafer. It's so funny. I'm watching this meme about ladies. The quality time season is officially over, and it's just guys sweating out their bets. They're out to dinner, but she's like by herself, stirring her drink, and he's watching his phone, sweating it out.
Been there.
Tis the season, everybody. Jordan Hicks stinks. 8-18-25 at James Cass.
He's bad.
He stinks.
Not good.
Was at the game tonight. Who the hell is Nate Eaton? Why does a $200 million payroll have this guy leading off?
Remember, he dented the ladder, Joe, right? It wasn't he the guy? He dented the ladder. How could we forget?
Yeah. Well, Nate Eaton, Matt, I'm sorry you had to witness that. And I don't know. The numbers show me that Roman Anthony's pretty good as a leadoff hitter, so why are you going to mess with that? Anyways, you want to hang out for a segment, Joe? All right, let's do that next here on the Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Red Sox lose tonight 6-3. Dustin May got the loss. They really couldn't do much. Jordan Hicks stinks. Well, they'll play again tomorrow, everybody. So that's cool. The Patriots had another practice today. They're 2-0 in the preseason, and, well, Drake made 2 interceptions at practice. They're getting ready for their game Thursday night. With the Giants, the Cleveland Browns announced Joe Flacco will be their starter, and Matthew Judon signed a 1-year, $6 million deal with the Dolphins. Headlines, they are brought to you by the hell are they brought to you by? Celsius Energy Drinks. Refresh your energy with zero sugar, essential vitamins, and proven ingredients. I'm Joe Murray.
Zolak and Bertrand get you through the midday. Joe Murray gets you right through the night.
here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Street Team Joe's in the studio. Hello, Street Team Joe.
Hey, Joe, how you doing?
Oh, you know.
2 weeks, Joe. 2.5 weeks until football.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Did you do your fantasy draft yet?
No, we always do it the day before that Thursday night game.
Me too. I try to do it on live while I'm on air, but it always just...
It doesn't coincide.
Last year I had the number one pick, and it auto-drafted Christian McCaffrey for me.
How'd you were on auto-draft?
No, because I work.
Yeah. So, the timing just...
So I'm doing this hot take, and I'm the first one on the board, and it's like I can't take and draft at the same time.
That's a tough first pick. Although I do like him this year. I think he's healthy.
Yeah.
He's being taken late first, early second.
I'm fading him.
You're not risking it at all for him.
Not for him. Who are you risking it for this year? I don't know why, but I feel like Bijan.
I was gonna say the same. Yeah, Bijan is. I had him last year, and he is just a beast. He's bigger and faster and stronger than everyone out there. I mean, obviously Saquon, Jamar Chase. I like Puka if Stafford can stay healthy. I think Puka's a beast. Chase Brown, I like in the later rounds too. He looked good tonight. He had a good touchdown run, but got hit. Scats said he got hit hard in the end zone, which is
Joe Burrow took a big hit by Dietrich Wise.
Yeah, Dietrich,
former Patriot. Is that what you want to see? Is that what you want to see? Drake May play. Do you want to see him play on Thursday?
Absolutely. Yeah, if it was Tom Brady, then no. But Drake May has so much to work on. Like, are you basically saying to the team, like, yeah, you don't have more to work on that he could improve? I think he definitely should be playing Thursday. I think the starters should play Thursday. I also hate the Giants, so at any opportunity to beat them, I am taking advantage of that.
Jackson Dart. He's the nice little rookie quarterback for the Giants. Played at Ole Miss last year. Well, hopefully we'll get a look at him. So in on Cheez-It Pizza.
In on Cheez-It Pizza.
How do you feel about bun cakes?
Bun cakes.
Did you see what I put in Slack earlier? Bunt.
Oh, bunt cake. Oh, with the Snickers?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in on those too. I'd put a little ice cream on it too.
Would you ever what's the most you ever spent at Taco Bell?
Joe, I'm not actually a fan of Taco Bell.
What's the most you've ever spent on fast food?
Me and my friend got 10 McChickens one time from McDonald's.
Like 10 pieces or 6 pieces?
No, like 10 legit McChicken sandwiches, and we each had 5.
So it's like $6 for a 10 piece?
Yeah.
So 6.
No, not 10. At 10. Not at 10. Like literally not the chicken McNuggets, the chicken McChickens, the sandwich.
Oh, the sandwiches.
Yeah, we got 10 of them.
So you had 5 and he had 5.
Yeah, we had 5.
Yeah, I could rip down 5 of those.
Yeah. It was easier.
Did you have lettuce and all that on it too?
No, just straight mayo.
See, I go mayo too.
Yeah.
I actually like it plain, and I like to dip it in barbecue sauce.
Oh, that would be pretty good.
I also dip it. I'm a dipper. I like to dip in sweet and sour as well. Oh, I went to Market Basket today, Skaz. There weren't many options, so I got empanadas because I've bought them out of a trunk. Why
so
not
you didn't
get them
go
out of a
steak
bag?
and cheese?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't want to wait in line. I'm grabbing. Go, baby. But for the first time, they have like a row of sauces, 2 for $1. I was looking for blue cheese and ranch. I couldn't find it. They had barbecue, but I was like, I need something to dip. I bought some sweet potato fry, waffle fries.
Do you still have those?
Yeah, they still have them.
Yeah, my spidey sense. My spidey sense.
I might eat some on the way home.
Yeah.
Anyways, the only sauces they had, Caesar dressing.
Oh.
So I'm gonna dip. Later on or tomorrow.
I wonder how is it like a creamy Caesar?
Would you like me to take it out?
I kind of yeah. Let me have a look.
Oh baby, yeah. It was I've never seen it before.
Not my first choice of dipping sauce, but I certainly wouldn't be opposed to it.
We got to go to break in a few. Topher's on the line. Topher, I want you to tell everybody the Reddit post that you saw?
Oh, it was a crappy situation I was reading. It was nothing good.
Can you tell people what it was about?
Exactly what it was about. It was about the thing that some people hate that you talk about, which has to do with poop.
Somebody on Reddit wrote, "Does Joe Murray talking about poop bother you?" And, when people talk about me, that's not always positive. I'm fine with that. I can live with it. But more people were supportive about me talking about poop than negative about me.
Well, I actually posted on I posted on Twitter, X, whatever the heck it's called. But I was kind of singing along the lines of everybody hurts, but I was reverting it to everybody poops.
It does. They do. But I didn't know I was like a Reddit post. Some guy was really upset about me talking about poop on the radio.
He did actually state he's a big fan. He loves listening to the show. He loved your takes about a couple things, but the one day he just turned in, you and Skaz were going back and forth about poop. And it kind of killed his vibe.
Most people have my back, I got to say that, but I didn't know I was like a Reddit search.
I don't think it's like abnormal to talk about poop. I feel like I have heard that on multiple platforms before as well.
Do you know what I think would be a great like icebreaker on a date?
What?
Just ask somebody, when's the last time you've pooped your pants? Do you know what's funny? I saw a show doing that this week.
I'm going to have to disagree with you there, Joe.
No, I watched a show that they did this in a car. It was kind of like, the first time people meeting, and they're like, how tall are you? How much do you weigh? What's your credit score? Have you ever pooped your pants? It was just kind of funny. No.
So that's your opening.
I don't have
question
openings. I'm just
to
saying
a
for you
date?
guys.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
Just gonna do the introduction. How are you? Good. How are you? I just have a quick question. Your height, your weight. Have you pooped?
Yes.
Your pants.
Yes. Yes. But it's an icebreaker, right?
That could be speed dating.
Yeah, but
what was your last relationship? How have you done? Have you pooped your pants?
If they're going to be immature about the poop, they're out.
Yeah.
You know what I would be curious about, Joe, is how many times per day they poop and what their stool is like. Because if they
I
have
don't want to know about the
issues,
stool.
if they have issues like Skaz and I don't
need to know about the stool.
Wow, Joe's going for consistency over there.
Yeah,
I'm
street team Joe. I don't need to know when they do either. Because sometimes
Like how many times per
sometimes
day?
I'm up and I wake up and they get it all out. I have a great day.
What do you think would be a normal amount of times? Per
Over
day?
under 1.5 is pretty even number for me.
Yeah. Okay. I think two per day is normal.
Yeah.
I got a question for both of you since we're actually on this question.
Okay.
Is it weird when somebody actually says they don't poop regularly?
Yeah, they're
Can you trust the person that doesn't do that?
I can't because you got to get it out.
I think that would indicate a health problem. Being serious for a second.
Or they're very dehydrated.
Yeah, I think you need to poop once or twice a day. I think that would indicate a health problem.
All right, Topher. Well, thank you for pooping with us.
Thank you, Joe.
All right, take care. I think we covered all the bases there.
Jackson Dart, poop. Drake May starts next Thursday. Anything else?
What do you think about baseball realignment?
Ooh, I do kind of like the idea because I would like to get in the middle of the Yankees Mets rivalry. I think that because I think there would be some scenario where both Yankees fans and Mets fans, or especially Yankees fans, I think they would rather have us beat the Mets than the other way around. Some of my friends who are Yankees fans.
Sorry, who's us?
Some like the Red Sox.
Oh, the Red Sox.
Sorry.
Okay, sorry. I just wanted to clarify.
I think some Yankees fans do hate Mets fans more than Red Sox fans. You don't like me using
No,
us?
no. I'm laughing at someone's comment.
Oh, okay.
They said you cannot end the show on a first date dump screening comment.
I thought that was a great
We need
call.
that. That's something we need on video.
Yeah.
Hey, I just got a few questions for you. Where are you from? What do you do for work? When's the last time you pooped?
You know, Joe, I don't get first dates too often nowadays. I don't know if I can just throw one out.
So you don't think you could do it?
No, I would do it for the show.
Okay, thank you.
But I think it would have to be a girl I was not.
I don't want to put
interested in.
anybody on the spot, but I do feel like we should be open about pooping.
Yeah.
And that's my take. And if someone says that is inappropriate, I'll be like, thank you for addressing it. Now I know I can't have fun with you.
Mm.
All right. We'll wrap up the show. We'll wrap the show up. We'll wipe it all down on the other side. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the
98.5 The Sports. What didn't we get to tonight, guys? Let's see here. We do a rundown. Patriots 2-0 in the preseason. Game 2 takeaways. Garrett Crochet. Red Sox lose. Potential Patriots moves. They at least have called on Hendrickson. We did the Effton Chisum interview with Taylor Kyles. Nice job by Taylor on that one. Let's see. Did the Cora cost the Red Sox another game? Vrabel out on carts and illegal parking. Rob Manfred on expansion. What do you think about that, Skaz?
The way it's being proposed, I think it's pretty awful. I do think, there are changes they could make that would be good, but if you put the Yankees, Red Sox, Mets, and Phillies in one division, that's, I don't know, what percentage of MLB's payroll is in one division, having one, it's the AFC North with the, that's a real, or the NFC East, but the Eagles are the only real team in that division lately. The Giants, Cowboys, and Commanders are legacy franchises, but they don't compete, not consistently anyways. So I wonder about the power structure of the league if you're putting the Yankees, Red Sox, and Mets, and the Phillies for that matter, all in one division. I think it would be great for, a couple years, but then I don't know, dude. As a Red Sox fan, that would worry me. If they're going to compete with Steve Cohen every year, no shot. John Henry's not competing with Steve.
Out on that guy.
Out.
The only traditional thing we have is baseball. All right, I'm not going to get all Field of Dreams on you right now. Have you seen Field of Dreams?
I have seen Field of Dreams.
Thank you.
Is that with Shoeless Joe Jackson?
Yeah, Ray Liotta.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I have seen that.
If you build it, they will come.
Yeah. You know what movie I watched over the weekend is Hubie Halloween?
Have not seen
You've
that?
not seen that? Great Adam Sandler movie.
But you know what? Maybe I will.
Yeah.
All right. What do we get tomorrow, Skaz? Anything? Guess we'll
What
find
do we
out.
have tomorrow? Yeah, I was going to say. I guess we'll find out.
We got football on Thursday.
Football on Thursday. Maybe we'll
And-
do some bubble talk, Joe?
Joey Bubbles. Joey Bubbles.
What's bubble talk?
Players that are on the bubble.
Oh, okay.
Whose bubble's going to
I kept thinking of the NBA.
Street Team Joe, everybody. What's your handle?
At Joe Ariano.
How do you spell that?
Ariano. Areano.
Joe Ariano, a.k.a. STJ.